helps them win. Quick to cry foul, then they do it again. Keno Casino in the crossfire glow. Names in the feed and everybody knows. They point at the screen, then hide behind the law. Chrissy in the frame with the grin and a draw. Divinity said, and now the room splits in two. Same old theater, same old view. If it hurts your side, then it's evil tonight. If it helps your side, then it's alright. You call it out loud when the crowd is your crowd. Then you go real quiet when it comes around. Standards for sale. Standards for sale. Standards for sale. You bend in the light, then bend the tail. Standards for sale. Standards for sale. Standards for sale. You love the truth when it pays your trail. Everyone's a judge with a thumb on the scale. A holy little sermon built on a nail. No standards left, just a brand to protect. One rule for the enemy, one rule to defect. You want the outrage when the timing is right. You want the badge, but you drop it at night. Calling it out only works for the show. When it costs your own side, you don't wanna know. If it hurts your side, then it's evil tonight. If it helps your side, then it's alright. You call it out loud when the crowd is your crowd. Then you go real quiet when it comes around. Standards for sale. Standards for sale. Standards for sale. You bend in the light, then bend the tail. Standards for sale. Standards for sale. Standards for sale. Standards for sale. You love the truth when it pays the trail. Say it straight, or don't say it at all. No more costumes, no more stage downfall. If you mean the rule, then it hits everyone, not just the ones you've decided to Standards for sale. Standards for sale. Standards for sale. You bend in the light, then bend the tail. Standards for sale. Standards for sale. Standards for sale. Standards for sale. You love the truth when it pays your trail.
Hello everyone, what is up this morning? I know that this is a really odd time for me to be streaming, because normally I should be walking my ass off right now. I usually go in to walk around, leave my house around 6 a.m, go to my job and clock in and go to walk around 7, and then I usually walk into about, I'm supposed to get off around 3:38 p.m. Sometimes I get off around 4 or 5. Walking over. But not today. Not today. Not today. Let me turn my candle warmer up on. I like it. I like it too a little bit. But I cannot do this all the time, unfortunately. I have today and Monday off because I took it off because my birthday is on Saturday and my son's birthday is on Sunday. So I went ahead and took the Friday and the Monday off. That way I had a 4-day weekend. That way I can go and do some stuff with me and my family and celebrate the birthday and all the whatnots, all the stuff like that. So this ain't gonna be a normal thing. This is kind of a one-off, and I've been wanting to do this stream for about 2 days now, but I just haven't had the want to do it because I'm just gonna tell you right now, guys, this is very fucking stupid of what this individual's doing. Very fucking stupid. Happy Father's Day. Well, thank you very much. It's not Father's Day yet, but it's coming up pretty soon. There's a full auto shoot going on in the area. I might end up going to that when it comes up. I don't know. I forgot when it is. I can't remember if it's this weekend or next weekend. I think it's next week. Don't know. But today, we're talking about DMCA, just like we did the other day. And let's go ahead and change my screen over. And the last time we talked about DMCA on my channel then, we talked about a little situation where some fake screenshots were going around. Shocker, up to this point, I still haven't seen any verifications that these are real. No one's provided me an archive link of it. Nobody's provided me a before that I found the original posting for the whole deal. The person who posted this originally is still the first person who posted this anywhere on the net. His name's Melody Raymond or something like that. So he's still the first one. The other account that they listed has been suspended. And like fucking retards, they never archived, they never took a screenshot of the tweets. They just stupidly took it down and posted it up and didn't have any way of covering the asses up. Hey, this is where I got it from. And I gave multiple chances for it too, and they kept wanting to suck around it. And they kept wanting to defend the fact that it was real, even though they couldn't provide me where it came from. So again, they rightfully got called out, and I'm 100% sticking in that. And luckily enough, that's gotten out. Rev and some other people have seen it, and they agree and concur that the tweet's fake. So cool, good for that one. But yeah, just a reminder on that one. If you see this tweet anywhere around, I urge you to report it, because it is a false, fake tweet. And it's been proven. I have a Twitter post that goes through and shows all of the relevant information to it, where it came from. Also, again, like I said last time, I really highly doubt it is real anyways, because during the same time, so when that tweet what supposedly came out was October 2nd, 2025. Okay, look, it's only got 3 comments, got 1 bookmark, it's got 198 likes on it, got 2,843 views. Now, supposedly this was taken whenever the Chibi stuff happened. So this tweet did not get deleted until the Chibi stuff happened. That's the way it was being pushed around as. However, if we go here to the Cinder situation, Cinder dropped a 1,000-page document on the 7th of October, so about 5 days later after that supposed fake tweet. And then from there, you see here, Denmei, pretty much, you know, I was reading and noticed that the scrolling wasn't moving on and truly saw how long this was. Holy motherfucker, I was really hoping you changed, but this Google Doc is literally the same as before, not gonna lie. And this right here is a little bit of irony. You again tried to just redirect blame instead of trying to understand why people were upset. You don't say, Denmei. It's kind of like you did the same thing with Chibi. I don't think anyone wanted to see your downfall. You were looked up to by so many, even your friends, but still just wanted to paint yourself innocent and others as evil. Shocker. In relevance to this, Nanolith is the one that wanted the exclusivity deal. Nanolith was the first one to ever bring it up. Nanolith is also the one that dropped all her fucking commissions on her own because she took so many of them. And that's shown within screenshots. And people know how to fucking read dates. They will find out that was around the same time as Val got dropped also. Now, Cinder did take claim for the stuff for, like, you know, after the fact, because people were acting sus as fuck. And also for the fact of Silvervale, and Silvervale was acting just kind of like what them is right now. Kind of a skank-ass fucking mean girl. Shocker. In the story, all these girls are mean girls. But it kind of comes down to who actually was the bad person here. And the original thing with the Cinder stuff was Cinder tried to force Nano into exclusivity. That was the main deal. That wasn't the case. So that whole entire thing was bullshit. It would have been so much better just to come back to streaming, since that's your takeaway from this document, and address it than this. I was hoping for your comeback. I truly believe people changed. Now I just can't care. I'm truly disappointed. Well, then, man, I'm pretty 100% confident. There's thousands upon thousands upon thousands of fucking people who think the same thing of you over this whole bullshit. Because you can't take fucking criticism of you being called out of your fucking hypocrisy. Bravo. Difference between being catty and going nuclear. Yes, exactly. You can be catty. There's even a point where you can go nuclear. But you've got to be 100% sure that everything sits on your side in the facts. That didn't happen with Denmei. Denmei. I want to say Denmei with an N, but it's Denmei. Can't pronounce some of these fucked up names. Anyways, I want to give a clarification on this, that yes, this tweet is still fake. And that Denmei has came out with her apology. We're not going over the apology. I don't care. TLDR, it's a non-apology. She comes out and she apologizes publicly. Then she goes back to Discord, and Discord sorry and yell at her because, oh my god, why'd you apologize? Like, guys, it's not for them. It's for me. It's for you guys, so we can move on. So, non-apology. And that was after she also DM'd Chibi saying, hey, I just know that you tried to do this, stuff like that. Which, if you look at her writing, never apologized, just said, hey, my bad. So, yeah, not a genuine apology, non-apology. Trying to get the monkey off her fucking back. Stop shit and go walk. All thing you had to do is come back and say, hey, yeah, I was dumb. I took criticisms a little too personally and threw insults when I didn't need to throw insults. I'm truly sorry about that. You don't have to tell anyone that you don't like someone. You don't have to truly do anything like that. If you didn't like them, you should have blocked. That's another thing too. It's like, if you truly did not like him, I guess you should have had him blocked so he couldn't fucking commented. There's so many different ways that you could handle the situation would have been better. Anyways, that out of the way, we're gonna go into the meat and potatoes of what the stream is. And for clarification, because I see a lot of people bitch online, for clarification, the DMCA postings that were posted online from DMA are old. Okay? I don't feel like I needed to say that. Now, clarification. This screenshot I posted, where it says, so DMA has no idea what DMCA was. I never stated within that posting, hey, she's going to be DMCAing people over this whole deal. Never said that. Never said, hey, look, she's going to be going and attacking people who's going at her. Never said that either. My point was, she doesn't know how the DMCA works. That's it. Now, I know that the dates are marked out here. Okay? And I want to showcase the edit I made. So, I made this post going, yes, I know it's old, but my point stands. And I was actually finally able to get a hold of the tweet itself. The tweet, well, not tweet, the DM, the Discord message. It's 1/13/2026. It was the 13th of the January 2026 when that all happened. And I knew that. I knew that to begin with. Okay? My point in all this wasn't, oh, she's doing this. She's gonna be doing this. My point was she doesn't understand how it works. And we're gonna go through bit by bit and break down her entire fucking spiel, which is right here. We're gonna break this entire thing down and break it down. And also on top of it, I'm gonna go through some stuff I've done in the past with helping people out with false DMCA abuse. I'm gonna go through my own DMCA troubles I've had with a company, because she listed here she's going to use a copyright company to do this. Shocker. I've also been hit by copyright companies in Germany over anime. And I'll be talking about how dog shit those companies are and how it just makes you look worse when you use them. I'll be talking about other things that's happened with other people in DMCAs. I'll be talking, like I said, something I helped a friend out with. Divinity says is a good friend of the channel. She got had DMCA abuse had on her from Chrissy Meyer over a clip that was fully transformative. I will explain one of Denmay's actual defenses that she actually does have in DMCA if she did want to do it, but how that would totally 100% backfire on her anyways. And we're also going to go through both the Sargon of Akkad and Keela Hughes final judgments and H3H3 versus Matt Haas final judgments. And we're going to see what the judge says and how it's utilized within fair use. And this stuff ever went to go to court, how these two cases would be used, because H3H3 also used his own case right here in his case against Denims. Shocker, his own case got used against him. So that's funny. And that's not done yet, so it's not precedent yet. But these cases would 100% be used if it went to court. And how it's a bad idea to state you're gonna do this And you're gonna do that because it kind of just photos fair use onto the other party. Morning Sparky, kind of always on streaming on a weekday, no? Well, if you go back and you listen, Pin, and I can jump in my Discord if you want to hop in and go through this menagerie of bullshit I'm gonna be going through. You can jump on in if you want. I'll be in Robot Masters. And since you have no idea what this is going to be about, you could be a good springboard and ask questions that, you know, an obvious person who hasn't seen any of this could possibly ask. But yeah, it's my birthday weekend. I took Friday off. I took Monday off. Only reason why I'm streaming this early because I want to get this done now instead of trying to do it later. Huh? I need to nap before work. Oh, okay. Well, you be like that. Anyways, we'll be going through this whole deal. Now, back to this. My whole point was she doesn't know how DMCA works. That was it. Not what other people have tried to say. Not what other retards have done. And actually, I need to showcase this on stream just so people know too. Don't be like this fucking retard right here. Don't be like this guy. This guy posts up. So she's so sorry that she's going to be doubling down on taking down anyone digging into her getting fucked on stream, cheating on her boyfriend and being a hypocrite, and wouldn't believe a single word from her. And he uses that screenshot. Then somebody calls him out, rightfully so, and goes, "Why did you censor the date, little bro?" And then the guy goes, "Not my screenshot, take it up with him." And here's why I kind of really lost my shit on this guy. Like, people online, before you make retarded statements about something, understand what you are posting. If it's in surprise or questioning something, that's one thing. But taking a post and actually attributing something to it without research and just pulling it out of your ass, that is on you. Read the entire post and don't blame others for your own reading deficiencies, retard. The dates were posted multiple times. So, a lot of people took my tweet and they seen the post and they ran with it saying, "Oh, well, she's gonna do this." When you clearly see in my tweet that he posted up, so Deme has no idea how the DMCA works. Never made any of those claims. Don't, guys. And this is the same thing that happened with the damn fake screenshot. Okay, I seen the screenshot. I retweeted it, going, "What? This is crazy." Didn't say that she did it. Then it was like shock. It was like, "Oh my god, this is odd." And after I reposted that, I had a couple other people going, "Hey, we can't find this." And going, "Okay, let's go and look into this." And go, guess what? Me and a couple other people determined it was fake. And a lot of people are now using our posts as fact that, hey, yeah, these people have looked at this and found that this screenshot is fake. So, it's one thing to act shocked about it. It's another thing to go through and go, "Oh my god, I can't believe this." But to attribute it, to attribute that whole bullshit to me, nah, fuck you, buddy. Fuck you, buddy. I ain't doing that. So, yeah. Verify your stuff before you make bullshit. It's okay. Take caution when you post stuff like that. Take heed in knowing that if you don't know the actual source, that it might be spoofed, it might be faked, it may not be correct. Be careful when you post, okay? It's okay to do it like shocking. I was like, I wonder if this is real. Or I wonder, this seems real odd. That's one thing. But to actually state that, hey, this is what's going on, yeah, no, those are your own words. That's on you. That's on you. But we're going to go into this. DMA does not know how DMCA. So we're going to go ahead and bring up this image. And we're going to scroll down to it and we're going to read it. Now we're going to read it all in its entirety and we're going to come back and forth to it. But the structure I'm going to have up is I'm going to read through this whole deal. Then I'm going to explain my histories with helping people with DMCA abuse. I'm going to explain my histories with fighting DMCA abuse from a DMCA company. Then we're going to go through and we're going to read the Sargon versus Aquila and the H3 versus Matt Haas. Mostly Sargon versus Aquila because that would have more to do with this than the H3 case. There's some portions in the H3 case that will help, but the majority of it that will help will be the Sargon Accord case. Also, another announcement. I'm going to be completely honest. And if you're a friend, I'm gonna assume you're gonna be in a Discord, and if you're not, too bad. I will be DMCAing content in all platforms of me that forms engagement using porn and non-safe for work baiting thumbnails, terms of service related things, gambling, political ideas that aren't mine. Okay, stop. Right there. Those four things contradict each other. Let's go ahead and go through and explain. Porn, not safe for work, baiting thumbnails. Okay, so unfortunately for DMA, yeah, this will be a terms of, and another thing too. People conflate DMCA and terms of service all the fucking time. Okay, DMCA is not a terms of service. They're interwoven with one another, but DMCA is not terms of service. The Digital Millennium Copyright Act, DMCA, is an implementation from the government. It is a ruling, it is a law. Sites must have a way to flag thievery and content theft to be in compliance within safe harbors, so the platforms are not responsible for hosting things that may be stolen or infringes on copyright. So YouTube is legally required to have DMCA in place in order to operate within a safe harbor. Now, YouTube's DMCA system really needs a lot of work. A lot of platforms' DMCA systems need a lot of work, because I do really feel like, and a lot of people do, and Louis Rossman just wants to abolish it because shocker, the guy who made the DMCA said, hey, yeah, it never really entirely worked the way we wanted. Also, within Louis Rossman's video, discovered that, hey, yeah, no, the DMCA got pushed to Congress. Congress revoked DMCA at first. Then they went to a national treaty conference and got it pushed internationally over there and forced Congress to have to push it through underneath international treaties. So, yeah, Louis Rossman's just out to outright remove DMCA because it is bullshit. But I do feel like the platforms need a way of people verifying that, yeah, they've went through fair use analysis. And they've also determined that as straight up copyright. Now, porn not safe for work, baiting thumbnails. Now, if it's using your model in a provocative manner, well, one, you gave them that idea because the way your model was. Okay, that's one on you. I hate to be the guy to use, well, if you don't want to get raped, you shouldn't dress like that. But this is literally, if you don't want to get raped, you shouldn't dress like that argument. It's exactly that. It's like, you go out in a scantily fucking dressed, clad model to garner in simps and men to throw money at you. You're gonna have people that look at you that way. And if you don't like the way people fucking look at you that way, don't fucking do it. DMCA, Devil May Cry, animated. I love you, Samaj. I really do love you, Samaj. Jesus Christ, that's funny. Devil May Cry animated. I'm taking that one. Okay, so if they're taking your image or your likeness and they're making it sexualized and making it provocative or anything like that for, you know, clickbait, engagement, stuff like that. Okay, one, that is parody. Parody is covered underneath fair use in DMCA. Okay, that would be a terms of service violation, not a DMCA issue. Strike one. Okay. Terms of service related things. Again, like I just said, terms of service and DMCA are two completely different things. I will agree with you that some of the things that you're listing sounds like they are terms of service breaking. Use the terms of service rules and channels to take care of those things. You do not file a false copyright DMCA claim for that. Okay? You don't do it. Gambling. Again, that's a terms of service thing. That's not DMCA. Again. And political ideas that aren't mine. Well, again, that falls within parody. That's covered within fair use in DMCA. I don't even know that's fucking terms of service. That's just tough shit. Welcome to the internet, I guess. That's what happens. Those four things you listed, you cannot use DMCA for. Too long didn't read. You're using things that aren't in the video or just baiting shit to bait shit with my image. That is textbook definition transformativeness. That is just textbook transformation. That is textbook parody. They are adding stuff to something to make something new. You are making a case for fair use because hurt feelings. This is one of Akilah Hughes' main issues with her DMCA against Sargon. He misrepresented me. He took me out of context. He's being mean to me. He's making me say things I didn't mean. So you're indicating it's parody. And that was one of the judge's main takeaways with that. Okay? You do not know and understand DMCA and how damning this looks against you. So if you're forming in YouTube some bullshit thumbnail of me and some sexual shit, you're getting DMCA'd soon. That's not how it works, but you know what? You go off screen, and if it ever goes to court, it'll get thrown out. Should use terms of service, not DMCA. So I suggest you take it down before I will. Well, your channel will be terminated from all the DMCA shit I'll be sending. Alright, I'm gonna tell you right now. Akilah Hughes made that same argument. And severely backfired on her. The judge did not like that. At all. That's,
How to instantly lose a lawsuit claim.
Oh my god, we got a bull!
Shalom.
Hello! So I guess you want to join in this bullshit too.
Yeah, I just decided to walk in here. It's like, oh boy, what dumb stuff is being talked about? I haven't had a good roast session in a long time.
You've been following the DMCA stuff, haven't you?
I've been on and off with the ham beast. I mean, I only know like the surface level of, oh, don't do porn of me while I'm getting my guts rearranged on stream, because that's something you normally do. Totally consistent.
Alright, well, alright, so a couple things. One, it's like, my entire point and takeaway for this whole fucking deal is twofold. One, the hypocrisy. I don't like the hypocrisy, I don't like the double standards. And those two things fall entirely to her first post about, don't do not safe for work stuff of me, and then repost not safe for work stuff of her, being a total hypocrite.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second fold is when Chibi Reviews called it out, her immediate go-to is, oh my god, you're the person who got cheated on and an entire friend group turned on, laughing my fucking ass off. When she herself has been against anyone digging up shit on her and throwing it back into her face. And she's in, along with the whole shit with the whole Cinder stuff too, because she criticized Cinder's document, Cinder's apology of, you're not taking accountability and you just want to try to paint yourself as innocent. It's like, wow, you're doing the exact same thing right now.
Projection. It's a normal woman's tool.
Yeah. But the hypocrisy and the double standards is my main thing. And this right here is the major one. The DMCA abuse. 100%. Fuck that shit. I'm not, and like I said, I'm not going through a bunch
ordering?
of stuff.
Awesome.
I'll get into it. But, yeah. And that's my two takeaways. The whole, oh, she got fucked on. I don't care. It's like, one, you can't.
She's a whore. We all knew that.
It's a female streamer that uses a fucking lewd model on stream. If you tell me she's not doing something sus as fuck on stream, I'm gonna say hell froze over. That's just the way it goes.
Pretty much. My issue is obviously, like you said, the copyright abuse, like full on maliciously saying that's what you're gonna do. It's like, okay, you want to fuck around, go right ahead. People are gonna play fuck games with you then.
Bull. Alright, so you're seeing my screen, right?
Yup.
Okay. This is the top of the screen, okay? We still have all this to go through. We have a diatribe to go through, so let's go ahead and get into it. Alright. Your channel will be terminated from all the DMCA shit I'll be sending you. I do not give a fuck. Go fuck yourself doing shit that I wouldn't be personally comfortable with myself. So, admitting that you wouldn't do this, so it'd be parody. Cool. Just
not only that, but admitting to... Oh, sorry, I'm hearing myself twice. Give me a sec.
Echo.
So admitting to doing, that you're going to maliciously copyright strike or DMC strike someone, congratulations, that's already putting you in a bad way. And if anyone wants to take it to legal court, you're screwed.
Well, it's not even that. So the reasons she listed here are not even DMCA related, they're terms of service related. Now, I'll say this much. Yep. She has a good argument for a terms of service break. She has a really good argument for that. But this does not fall within the realms of DMCA, and if she really wanted to push it and someone pushes back, she can jeopardize her channel over it, because that's not what the DMCA is meant for. The DMCA is not meant for taking down content that you do not like. DMCA is meant to take down infringing works that are infringing on your copyright. Everything that she has listed thus far falls within one of the 4 categories of fair use. Mostly criticism, mockery, and parody.
Not to mention, but Diobito over there, if I'm right, and she's in the Philippines. The funny thing is, she probably can get in more legal trouble with some of the dumb shit she's done versus what anyone else would, just commenting or criticizing or mocking her.
that's I'm not gonna go into the realm of foreign
Oh yeah,
laws or
no,
anything
it's a
like that.
quagmire getting
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah,
I'm just
I'm not-
pointing that out because
I'm
I find that funny.
Yeah, I'm setting this in the standard of the legal realm of the United States because if, well, it also kind of depends on where these people are, but even then, it's like, I don't know of a copyright case between two different individuals in two different countries. So it kind of depends on where, because she's talking about two different clip channels and clip channels. And I'll talk a little bit about, too, she does have a little bit of a foothold if it's a straight up clip. And I say that because that is a highly, highly unthought great gray area. Straight up clips may or may not be considered fair use. Now, I'll get into where, like, because Sargon's video can be considered a clip. Because he puts nothing into it. He just takes two different portions of Akila's 10-minute stream, makes a 2 to 4 minute clip, taking two different parts of it, flopping it around and changing the name. So there is some degree of flipping that you can do and stuff within the video that counts as transformativeness for fair use. But I don't know just about like a straight rip from, you know, this time mark to this time mark, adding nothing to it. So she might have a foothold on that. That's the only thing she has a foothold.
Yeah. Everything else and everyone else probably does not. Like, the thing is, when it comes to clip channels and stuff, people kind of, I would assume, unless everyone lost more brain cells in the last 3 months, that, you know, if you're a clip channel and you're clipping someone, it's like it is at the behest of them, the person you're getting the clips from, if they want to be clipped or not. You know what I mean?
It is. But it also kind of comes down to, you know, what is clips being used for? You know, like if it's for commentary, like if I pulled up a couple clips from DMCA's channel and I watched it and I commentate over it, that could be
right.
considered
Yeah,
commentary.
no, that's transformative then. I'm just saying, like, I'm talking the clip channels where it's literally just the VTuber. All they're doing is cutting things. And if they're doing very minimal edits to it, then
now,
yeah, you're
if they're doing a collage of all the moments DMCA acted sus on stream, and it's like multiple clips from multiple streams, that's transformative.
That's transformative. Yeah.
So, and I don't know. She's already DMCA'd not now, and references to everyone. Not now. She has, like, a year or so ago, DMCA'd a couple videos, especially with her talking about her ex-boyfriend. And she said that she removed them because they were clipped out of context. And it's like... It's like, that... Clipped out of context, how? It's like, I gotta see the clip. And if it's like multiple spliced clips of her talking about a boyfriend, that could still be considered transformative. Unfortunately for her. If it's just a straight up rip of when she started talking about it, she needs to change her wording of not taking it out of context, because a judge will listen, took me out of context, so they changed what you were saying on stream. That's where you've got to be careful with this, and it's not, if you're going to go after someone for fair use, or for DMCA, and if you legitimately think that they are stealing your content, the worst thing you can do is say anything about it online, because that is, again, one of the things that stud Akila in her case, and also stud Matt Haas in his case, was saying shit online about it. Because it wasn't just about copyright. When you saw adding stuff, well, they're harassing me, or they're taking me out of context, or they're making me look bad. Those are strong defense for fair use that you are making for the other person.
And, you know, just being a complete idiot and dick wagging during a court case is the quickest way for the judge to be like, and you've lost all ground.
Yes. You can also get a negative inference thrown on you too. Which is something you don't want. Anyways, let's continue on. Can't farm money on me, and I don't give a shit about your viewers and bringing they're gonna be all dog shit anyways. So that wouldn't be anything, you know, legally. That would be just a court of public opinion stuff right there. Putting porn on thumbnails while I'm just watching reels is crazy. That has nothing to do with the video itself. I want to know what she's talking about porn, because some of the thumbnails that I've seen is just her looking like her and lewd suggestive poses that she already naturally kind of does. And if
There's
it's just,
that, or the ego faces, etc.
yeah, and if it's actual porn, again, that's a terms of service violation, not DMCA.
Yep.
You're gone. Even if it's not me. Even if it's not me. I don't care anymore. I think I've had enough of it. Even if it's not me.
I'm going to flag and strike people, even if it's not actually attacking me. Good job. Flailing around like a retard.
I'm going to DMCA strike you, even if it's not me. A judge would really love this. Again, like I said, please, please, DMA, please be stupid enough to file a fucking DMCA suit against someone, especially one of these big channels, especially me. Please. It's not like, you know, because she gets
I'll join in and help you.
Well, she gets into later that she's contacted a DMCA company. You know how I feel about DMCA companies.
Mm-hmm.
How I royally, you know, power drove one into the fucking ground.
Damn right.
Alright. The line has been drawn multiple times. I feel like that the same suspects disregard how I feel. So say goodbye to your stupid fucking channels. Okay, that kind of extortion in it. Kind of extortion, blackmail in my book. I know there's been some arguments against it, but to me it's like, you do this or I'm going to delete your channel.
You want to know what it sounds like to me?
What?
Sounds like we have a Filipino rage piggy.
Oh, hang on. Well, hang on. Shit, no. Oh, yeah.
We will treat her that way.
We got the Memphis piggy, and now we got a Filipino piggy. Oh, that's great.
I like the one where she says that was it the digital circus is a Israeli propaganda show.
Nigger, what the oh shit, someone bleep me out. Oh god.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Fuck it. But no, seriously, that is cocaine. Good God.
Yeah. I'll talk to who has that clip and I'll send it to you. But she literally says that. It's funny.
Just
I don't care, but it's like it's just some of the crazy things that this person.
I don't care either, but unironically, I want to lift that rant, and I just want to be work cited and just put the fucking crack pipe.
Anyways. I'm so sorry it took so long, guys. I tried to annoy, and I completely forgot that someone's idea of me might be those thumbnails of videos, and I'm really sad about it, to be had. The amount of people that might think that that's just my content makes me a bit sad to be had. Unfortunately, and slap me right now, I've got to agree with Tectone. You have a fucking VTube model that looks like a fucking blow-up doll that's scantily clad on stream. What do you think people are gonna think about you?
I don't like agreeing with Tectone, but I mean, yeah, she is basically a porn actress at this point.
Well, not only that, I find it funny because, oh, where was it? I just had this right here. There's a good one. Let me minimize that. Listen to this, and let me pause the.
Oh no, I have to listen to the bald wife beater.
Oh no! Oh, alright. So you remember the whole stuff? Alright. So you remember what Tectone called himself, right? Back with the Shy Lily Bow stuff, right? You remember what Tectone called himself, right?
Yes.
Okay. Listen to this and tell me what you think.
Debbie blocked me. What the fuck? Yeah, guys, I'm sorry I was getting railed on live and cucking my boyfriend. You were talking about her hippo ass? True. Yep. Expected that, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's a shame. I used to actually really like Demi. That's a shame. That bitch flipped on me so fast, it's ridiculous. They flipped on, dude, her and her group flipped on me so fast, it was fucking nuts. Like, no DM, no double checking my side, nothing. So many motherfuckers flipped. Frame one, before there was even anything to look at. Frame one, flip immediately. No text, no call, no DM, no nothing. Pathetic. Actually pathetic ass behavior. But it's okay. Because when you get rid of the garbage, it really makes the path forward a lot easier to get through. Debbie!
Shut the fuck up, you Andrew Tate wannabe.
Andrew Tate wannabe.
He is, though. Look at him. He's copying his flow.
But no, and I'm sitting there listening to that. It's like, so the girly pops and the bikini bottoms took their little guard dog behind the damn woodshed and put two in its head. Sad.
Pretty much.
No reason to believe anything Tectone says. Alright, so that's a twofold statement right there. And I've got to disagree a little bit. It's interesting. So you've got to keep your mind open when you're looking at stuff online, especially when it's stuff regarding multiple people and who they've associated. So, at this point in time, we know for a fact Tectone's been disassociated with by a lot of people. It was actually up in the air whether or not that the VT was like Shy Lily about everyone else like that. It was really up in the air if they stuck by him or they kind of threw him to the curb. That is kind of just confirmation that, oh yeah, no, they threw him to the curb. So the irony is like it makes him look more like a sympathetic cut retard than it does, oh, he's going against these goals, because he flip-flops on his stances from back then to now, depending on who's on his side. And that's the funny thing about it. So, it's funny for an introspection point.
I was just simply going to say, expecting consistency from Tectone is like expecting a woman to take accountability.
Dodges it every chance they can.
Damn right.
He's been talking shit about VTubers for a while. Yeah, no, and yeah, he has. To be fair, I talk shit on a lot of VTubers too.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of VTubers to talk shit about. Actually, I just wanted to say, I'm kind of annoyed that freaking Demi has now become a thing where people are talking about this bitch. I was like, why is it people that fuck up and do such shitty things constantly are brought back in and then allowed to grow and, become this main centerfold like we're dealing with now?
Well, and
like, she was shit back then, and same shit, different hat.
If I remember right, she tried to get Olivia. I think Olivia's in it. She tried to get Olivia fired from Mythic and banned off Twitch because of viewbotting. And then it came out later on that she was also viewbotting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Like these scumbags just never fucking die.
yeah, and I stick to my stance of all big ass streamers. Once they get past a certain number, it's like the numbers and the attention just goes to the fucking head, and that's one of the reasons why I myself don't want to get. That's the reason why I really come out as like crass and brass and you know fuck you. Everyone's cunts.
Fuck
I
you,
don't.
I'll do whatever I want.
Yeah, I don't want to get big. I want to put my opinion out there, yes, but I don't want like thousands and thousands of fucking views. I'm happy with like one or two. I don't care, and I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about. I'm gonna do what I want to do. This is a hobby for me. This is not a job. I don't treat it like a job. I'm not gonna sit there and go, guys, my rent's due. I need money, please. I'm gonna starve to death. I'm not gonna do that shit.
Oh, you're not gonna go grimace mode? Don't worry, we'll fund your lawsuit so you can buy big.
And I want people to understand this too. And it's like, I'm not going at Demi because I'm a Chibi fan or anything like that, okay? I have been railed hard by the Chibi fan community whenever I told Chibi, and this was my words when the whole girlfriend situation came up. And my words was, this is why this fucker is melting down. He needs to fucking grow up. And then clarify, you know, as it went on, it's like, reason why I told the fucker he needs to grow up is because he's putting interpersonal stuff out there right now, trying to bait for sympathy, trying to get as much attention to him because he is an attention whore. That is what he is. And he's doing this not realizing that later on, this is going to be used like an iron mace against him. Guess what happened?
Or ammo.
Guess what happened?
Used against him.
It was used fucking against him. Wow, it's not like I just talk out of my ass for no fucking reason.
It's almost like this. At this point, I call it the boogie syndrome.
Yeah, it is. Hang on. Sparky doesn't know the ways of being a good Jew. Ben. So, Pup, where can you see Medical live? Well, you can go see Medical live on his YouTube channel, Mr. Medical. He will be going live tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, talking about the whole bullshit shenanigans with Kina Pole, Ethan Ralph, and a couple other ones. I hope
he talks about Ralph's dad melting into the fucking clothes.
He's already done that last two streams.
All right, fair enough. Continue.
But anyways, I will be live stream sniping it tomorrow here on this channel. You can also catch archives of it on XY Zone's channel and Purity Sin's channel. Both are good archivers. Want to go give them a like and subscribe. Always with the hand out, shaking the metal tin for spell shekels.
Give me them shekels.
Gimme. I need to fight this cancer. I need cancer money. And then shows, hey, I just bought an electric bike the next week. I thought you needed money for cancer. Vex milk. It's like I have a hard time being like people who beg for money. I get putting out a goal for something. I get it, and especially if you do content creation. I get it. That's fine. Once, fine. Twice, okay. Multiple times, okay. We gotta talk about it now.
Vex is such a piece of shit. Oh my god, I want to bitch so hard. Oh, All I'll say is, it's funny how the Cancer Man makes his fucking mint off of goddamn hats and other stupid shit. Man's a marketing genius with his wife just making all these silly ass little things. Fucking turning a pudding into a money printer. Meanwhile, all these other bitches just whine, whine, whine. Give me money, and offer nothing in return. It's like, can you fuckers do one thing? Even a symbolic gesture to not seem like a scumfuck?
Damn it. Pin says next we'll be seeing Sparky for ukulele apology. No. If I make an apology, it's gonna be this. That would be my apology.
I was gonna say the next apology I do is just gonna be a fucking suicide bomb.
Yeah, if I have an apology, it won't be with a fucking ukulele. It'll be with a fucking saxophone. Because I won't be apologizing.
Fucking boomer. It's such an old meme.
Buy a hat for your hat. What if you look? I have a hat for my hat. I'm wearing a pudding as a hat. That's wearing an America hat. So I literally have a hat for my hat.
Based.
Yeah, there's very few people that actually gets that meme. They'll come in and it's like, I get the pudding. Hat for your hat.
Brother. Fucking love that little pudding.
Yeah. He reposted the pudding like the other week, and I had some people comment. It's like, did he get that from you? It's like, no, technically I got it from him. It's his thing. I just use it on stream because I don't know why. I just like having a little thing on my head and run at it. It's like, look at him, he's cute.
He's adorable.
All right, we're getting way off topic. All right, let's go. All right. Those content is linked to my name. My normal viewers will literally do not recommend me that channel shit. That definitely fucks up my channel too, since YouTube algo probably thinks it's me issues since they're tagged all me. It's like, again, quartering. And in the day, it helps you out in the end. And it ruins my channel as well. No. What ruins your channel is saying that you're gonna false strike people. That's what ruins your fucking channel. People.
Yeah, being known as a flag, it's the quickest way to ruin your rep, and people just unsubscribe.
Yeah, like fucking lean into it. It's like, it's the internet. I don't know how people get up to like 100, 200, 500 fucking subscribers on Twitch and YouTube and Twitter, and they still don't fucking understand the fucking concepts of shit online. It's like, rule number one, don't tell people what you don't like. It would just cause more people to fucking do it to fuck with you.
Now, have you heard the rat of she's playing interdimensional backgammon?
Well, I mean, for example, Akila Hughes, Matt Hosseini, Asathorn.
No. Hang on. Also, oh god, Acer. But no. What I mean by she's playing backgammon on this is, oh, don't draw porn of me, so that way people spam, porn and thus get her name out there more.
Yo, no, that is a really good theory, and it's possible and it's true. It's like, no, she has stated that she is a really good rage baiter, so it is quite possible that is the case. But the thing is she's just going to get made fun of more of being a fucking hypocrite, so it does not fucking help her out. The best thing you can do is just be a good sport of it. Hey, don't do these things of me, and just make it in a joking way. And if somebody calls it out, just go wall. or annoyed. You know, who fucking cares?
I was just thinking, so everyone thinks she's doing the interdimensional backgammon, and you think she's doing more of the pissing her pants thing. It's like, huh, rent free.
Pretty much. Well, I mean, that's why I came up with. I had a meme for it. Where did I?
While you're looking for that meme, I want to throw this to you. I was thinking just to really set fire and piss her off. I want to talk to one of my artists and just have a full-on Aryan Brotherhood tatted to the neck guy just plowing her.
She's only got enough black porn.
Exactly.
What-
so
that's
and she's
what-
fine
that's
with
what
it. She
came up-
likes that. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Do
That's
an
that-
Aryan Brotherhood guy.
Yeah, that's why I came up with this.
Oh boy. When someone yes. But yeah, I was thinking of that. The other one I was thinking of doing is, well, I've seen images, I'll say. And because of those images, it's like, let me call up the degenerates that enjoy making inflation stuff and just like, yeah, hey, can you do that with Demi? Thanks. Just post that around. You know, see how she feels about it.
But anyways, continuing on, it's like, this is insane. Post an image and it's not available no more. It really makes me wonder where this person's from, because it's. And I'm not talking about Deadman. I'm talking about the person taking the screenshot, because that is. I think that would be indicative to whoever's taking the screenshot, not Deadman.
Yeah.
Unless the videos are being taken down, they are going to be DMCA, period. Not how DMCA works, but okay. I see that Demi Rose and Demi franchise and then something else. I don't know why that's blocked out. Again, not my screenshot. If it was my screenshot, there would be no fucking redactions. The only time that I would put redaction in it is if there was, like, personally identifying info. That's the only time I would redact a screenshot like this.
Or like social security numbers and shit.
Yeah. And then she just repeats herself. So unless the videos are being taken down, they're all going to be DMCA, period. Again, that doesn't look good for you in court of law. I see that Demi Rose and Demi Fennel is in the Discord now. I don't give a fuck. Flips them off. Again, courts like to see you resolve civil matters civilly and not, combatively. Especially you, Demi Reels. Let me remind you to email towards you and showcase this email, which I don't know. I want to see the email, but it's super fucking blurry. I can't.
It's an image for ants.
Yeah. You have no permission here to use my content. Shocker. And again, another one of my sayings of you don't know how DMCA works. Look. So I got a record, and H3 did not have permission, did not have licensing, didn't have any kind of, okay whatsoever from the original person to use those clips and that content. You don't have to in order to be within fair use. And it comes down to Creative Commons. And I see a lot of people try to buck up against me on this one. If I say a lot of people don't understand Creative Commons, because they'll instantly come back and go, you don't know what Creative Commons means. They have to agree to that. And I'm sitting there going, most generally, if you post something on Discord, on Twitter, on YouTube, or any one of these platforms, you agree to a Creative Commons contract. You agree to that licensing because they all utilize Creative Commons, basically saying that anything you post online, you give 100% okay for anyone to use and share in whatever manner. as long as it's not straight out thievery.
Creative Commons? What's that? No, I'm just going to pretend that everything is mine.
Yeah.
We're in fucking China.
But no, it's like a lot of people don't understand because they go through and they start looking up and read Creative Commons, and they go, "Well, I bet anything this person didn't do it, so it doesn't fall on them." Problem is, the platforms that they're using does, and they themselves don't have to fucking agree with it. Them simply being on the platform and posting it to the platform, they
Implied consent.
They give implied consent. That's, it's over with at that point. That's why a lot of people say, if you don't want something used, don't post it publicly.
Yup.
And just a lot of people don't understand this stuff. I'll be right back. Ray, you play the slug game while I go get a coat.
Oh boy, the slur game. Hey chat, do you know what slur I'm thinking of? That's right, chat. It begins with an N. It ends with an R. That's right, chat.
Alright, I'm back.
I sparks.
I don't worry, I heard you. That's one of the things I like wireless headphones for.
Dude, my new place, I haven't found the plug-in to my computer for my wireless headphones, so I have wired. It's a good headset, but my god, I miss wireless.
Yep. Well, I gotta have wireless, especially for my flight control setup for Elite Dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Which, later today I'll probably stream, but I don't know for sure. There's a lot of things I'm gonna be doing today. I don't know. It's gonna be a busy weekend for me. I know that much. I'll probably end up doing streaming whenever Operations comes out on the 30th. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I was just gonna say I agree with you, and I understand that it's been busy up here on the farm life. Shit's been good, but I'm just gonna say fuck cocking and grouting. I wanna kill myself, dude.
Hey, that's the joys of owning a home, man.
Oh yeah, especially when the prior, like the guy that built the house, I guess was just drinking while putting tiling down. So when you're trying to caulk, you got one tile that's 1/16 higher than the one next to it. Oh, that makes it great trying to get a fucking caulk bead job in.
try to move something heavy in the house. You hit down, you rip the fucking tile up.
Pretty much. Yeah. I'm gonna cry. Anyways, let's continue on.
Let's continue on. I'm going to sue the living fuck out of you if you don't delete that channel.
And then full on outs them.
So, yeah. I'm sick and tired of my image being fucked from your monetary gain. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, well, you do realize, again, this can all be used against you in a court of law. And you can,
Also, it's just a great look attacking the fans.
Yeah. By the way, since I know y'all, I now know y'all do know my permission requirements to be able to use my content. Shocker, no one needs your permission or has to meet your requirements to use your content, Deme. Again, you do not know how this stuff works. If you have any other channel, say bye-bye to them too, because all videos will be DMCA'd soon. Not how that works, but okay, you do you. Deme Reels and Deme Fan Channel, you better hurry up, because once the company contacts me back, I will not hold back. Now, what she's talking about is there is a company out there that will go through and the copyright companies,
DMC strike.
yeah, the copyright companies. They are companies that will go through and they will uphold your copyrights from people using it for theft.
Quote, uphold, quote, copyright, quote.
Here's the problem. Those companies skirt the legal bounds and technically have been in trouble several times. If I remember right, there was a porn company that made their own copyright company. And they would use torrent links. And the people, anyone who downloaded the content would get DMCA sued. And there's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fucking people being sued by this person, this company, because they downloaded a link. Leonard French covered this. Basically, it kind of comes down to this. It still comes down to the person in court. Because if the person fights back against the DMCA company, it still falls to DMCA to file a suit. And if it comes out that fair use wasn't considered by DMCA, it's kind of a big nail in her fucking coffin, because the copyright company is not the one that needs to be dealing with that. It's the actual owner of the content. So, I said I was going to talk about this. And back about 4 years ago, I did anime reaction with a bunch of people. I no longer do that. Different reasons behind that one I'm not going to get into. But I used to go through and do reaction contests to different types of anime shows. A couple of the ones that got struck by this company was Violet Evergarden, Godzilla Singular Point, and those were like the two big ones that got hit. But a company called Kamiso's GmbH, which is what we like to call in the industry a copyright troll company. And that's what all copyright companies are. They're troll companies. Because they don't do shit. They're fraudulent. End of the day. There's some legit ones, but usually those are the ones that like the music studios and shit use. And they do it in a smart way. They do it in a smart way. They don't take the content, they monetize the content. And then they take revenue from it. And that's probably what you need to do. I think you get a lot more leeway if you just monetized it from them.
Pretty much. And not only that, there's not much argumentation to be made on that.
Anyways.
Because, hey, it's nice stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, end of the day, what it comes down to it is like Kamiso's GmbH struck me on Violet Evergarden episode 11. I believe it was episode 11 that they hit me on. And the DMCA struck the channel. Well, my issue with the whole thing is Kamiso's GmbH is a German company. They are based out of Germany. And actually, if you look up their actual address, depending on if you look it up on Google Maps or on Apple Maps, I can't remember which one, but one map shows it at a art college institute. The other one points it to a specific headstone in a graveyard.
What the fuck?
I literally, that's why I included it in my email to YouTube. Because
they have to legally disclose where.
Yes. But get this, it's a German company filing a DMCA on a review commentary on a show that is based out of Japan that's licensed in America?
My head hurts.
How do you think I felt? Anyways, I went through and I filed a counter strike DMCA, and it got removed. And then I believe within an hour later, a couple hours later, they use a different email. Not supposed to be able to do that, by the way. You're supposed to use the same email each time, because what ends up happening is, once a suit is countered, or once a DMCA strike is countered, the mechanism is, you find content that you feel like that is infringing your content. Once you determine that it's not being done in a transformative manner, you file DMCA. Then it goes into that person's playbook. That person then decides what they want to do with it. Are they going to go, okay, yeah, that's fair, I'm not gonna fight it, I'll let the DMCA go through? Or, hey, no, this is fair use, I transformed this is my content that I have transformed from this other content, this is fair use, no. You counter it, and then it goes back to them. What they're supposed to do next, because when you do that, you give them your name, you give them your address, because the next step is for them to file a legal suit against you and take you to court for copyright infringement. Those are the steps to doing that. Now, when you use a different email, it triggers the system in such a way, thinking that there's multiple people filing suit against content. That automatically takes it out of YouTube's hands and puts it into a point of, hey, multiple people now have said that this content is not yours. You need to deal with it from them now. So it takes it out of the ability to be able to counter it. You're not supposed to do that. That's actually against YouTube's terms of service in doing that. So I tried emailing them, and there was just a bunch of bullshit back and forth emails. After that, they filed another DMCA strike on another video. And because it was that same email, I couldn't counter it. YouTube had taken the ability to counter away from me now. So, okay. And they're not gonna sue me. Because I told them to take me to court, and they didn't. They just filed another DMCA strike. So what ended up happening was, I removed every video I did a reaction of to protect my channel. Because at that point, it was two DMCA strikes. And I had no way of countering. So I removed every video off my channel. After I did that, I did a live stream with me and my group of friends talking about the situation. Didn't show anything. The only thing I showed was like the emails. I showed what content was being struck. I didn't show the video itself. I just showed the video icon, like what I'm showing on screen right now. Showed what content was, and talked about how this wasn't right and how I got locked out, and just trying to tell and warn people about this company. They DMCA struck that live stream.
Talk about petty cunts.
Yeah. Now, once that live stream got struck, that was 3 DMCA strikes. And because I couldn't fight back and counter anymore, because they switched up and used a different email on the second time, I had no way of countering it, and YouTube automatically deleted the entire channel.
How did you get back?
I'll explain that, but I want to showcase on my vidIQ right here, because it will showcase a little bit about the channel once it comes up.
It's just annoying that you basically, in order to deal with shitbags like this, you've got to start like having an autistic knowledge of not only copyright law, but you need to also have knowledge of foreign laws, because I'm just willing to guess, this is just a stab in the dark. Obviously, you wouldn't be fucked to do this, but if they're breaking law, they say they're in Germany. If you reported it to the right German authorities, because they love their labor laws and they're breaking laws, they'd probably hunt them down if they
No way.
were German.
No
I
way
bet
to
you
get.
they were Indian, though.
So here's the problem I ran into. It was not a proper contact, and I had no proper contact. I had no mailing address. I had no phone number. I had no contact information. I had a rinse and repeat Tracy B. That was who was contacting me, was this person named Tracy B, which has multiple emails and is the only one doing this whole deal with Commisos. Every email that I see, if you look up Commisos GmbH, every single one of the copyright strikes that you see that them put out is from a Tracy B. No one else, all Tracy B. And there's no way to really get any kind of a contact information to be able to fight any of this stuff.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is the channel gets terminated. So strange train is I got my channel back. How did Sparky's Tech Corner do that? Well, there's a process you can go through, and it takes a couple months. It takes like 2 or 3 months to do this. My channel was removed for about 2 to 3 months. If I bring up channel stats,
One moment, folks. The boomer is boomering.
yeah, no, hang on.
Technical difficulty. Screen throws up. Doo, 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 doo.
No, it's. I used to be able to. I had the.
No, it's fine. I'm
could
just gonna
you
bully
could
the
you
shit
could
out
see,
of you.
you could see it on vidIQ, but you could see back in 2021, my channel went completely down in the negative for about 2 months, and that was when my channel was removed. So there's an actual viewpoint you see in the algorithm of where my channel just vanishes.
Yeah.
So what you got to do is you got to email YouTube, and there's a different email you can email to go through and get this stuff done. And I got 2 different people to thank for this. I got Amagon for helping me out with this, and surprise, because I'm gonna dog on his wife a little bit. But you remember Susie Lou?
Yeah.
Okay. Her husband reached out to me and gave me the email that I needed to contact YouTube to file a dispute when all my options was taken away. And I also had a couple other people help me out too. But I reached out to the email that they gave me, and I basically laid everything out. I think I typed up, I read it on stream. Well, I had an AI Mr. Medical read it on stream, but I typed out entire, I think it was like 10, 12 page email, like 5,000 plus words of everything that happened, the kind of content I was doing, the type of content I was doing, the type of edits and transformativeness I was doing to it, the licensing of each content, each piece I was doing, where it was licensed from, the licensing in America, the licensing in Japan, had detailed breakdowns of Commisos GmbH, had showcased all of the past DMCA abuses, showcased the email chain with them, explained what I tried to do to go through and do this, explained the mix-up and everything like that, sent that all to them. And within 2 months, got my channel back. And got assurances that that company would never bother me ever again. They're still around. but they can't do anything to me. Because I think
If they did, you'd sue their. You have legal right to sue.
no. So what
Oh.
YouTube ended up doing is they geo-watched my YouTube from Germany and Japan.
Okay.
They basically did the same thing they did to the one anime manga review guy that was getting harassed by Toei Animation. They did the same. They
I
did.
guess
Yeah, they
if
did.
it works.
Well, yeah, you know, people in Japan, people in Germany can't view my channel. So they can't view the channel, they can't strike it.
Suffer Germans.
But that was my history with dealing with a DMC, with a copyright company. Don't ever use a copyright company. Don't be like fucking Denmei here and be a absolute fucking retard.
Especially
Now,
one that actively tries to break laws.
now, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna detail another deal I dealt with. I dealt with a person by the name of Chrissy Meyer back in 2023. Now, it wasn't me that was getting the DMCA struck. And I know a lot of people on Kiwi forums and stuff like that said that my channel was struck and stuff like that. No, my channel was not struck. Divinity Said's channel was struck. I was one of the only few people that actually got up and was trying to bang the drum and help her out on this. So Divinity Said had taken one of Chrissy Meyer's videos or podcasts with Elijah Blue and Brittany Venti on it, and she clipped it up several times, and it was a differing clips within the whole deal, and different basically this was the lowdown of it. I guess I'll hold people's hands breaking this down step by step of Divinity Said's transformative clip being critical of Brittany Venti that Chrissy Meyer DMCA'd on February 24th, 2023. Overview of this edit is this: 1 intro, 3 screenshots, 3 text overlays, 1 meme, and 10 separate clips jumping forwards and backwards throughout the clip, and was titled and arranged in a way to be critical of Brittany Venti.
Yeah, I remember this. Oh god.
Yeah.
I've got my own opinions, but that's for another time.
Yeah. Anyways, what it kind of comes down to is this. A lot of people just want to say this was a straight up clip and Divinity Said committed content theft on Chris Myers. Like, no. No, it's not.
Not even close.
Now, Divinity also was in the same bounds of trouble as I was. She actually confirmed that her channel did get deleted. She also did get it back. She got it back with my help and a couple other people's helps. And she clawed her channel back. And this video is still up. Now, here's the way it goes. Whenever you file DMCA and it gets countered, your next job is to take it to court. Now, YouTube has this little provision that says you risk channel termination if you file a fraudulent DMCA by not taking fair use into account. I think that rule needs to be amended, and it should be, if you file a fraudulent DMCA and it gets counted and you do not take it to court, you automatically lose your channel. I think the stakes need to be that high.
Yes.
Because there's too many people that want to abuse the system. And I also think that they need a Turing test. And I think that Turing test needs to be, they file DMCA and okay, let the video go down, but there's like a 10 to 12 day process. And within that 10 to 12 day process, the person who files the DMCA must demonstrate what about the clip or what about the video is not transformative. And if it comes back that the person filing the DMCA is correct, it goes through and then can be countered and then go on from there. If they don't prove that, be hit with a warning, and they try it again, it for channel termination. That's what I think needs to happen with the DMCA and YouTube.
Yeah, doing that would probably be pretty nice. That would definitely
It's too much work for 'em.
vacuums. Too much work, and well, they don't give a fuck, because if they did, there would actually be more consequences. And fuck it, false DMCA strikes incur a $5,000 penalty as well. Let's just really ratchet it up there.
something like that. There's got to be some sort of a punishment system for abusing it. But anyways, in total, why I said in the whole deal in the beginning of the clip video, because I said I think I gotta agree with a couple of people who say I'm autistic, because the more I look at some of the stuff I've done, I've got to be autistic or something. Because I went through, I went and broke down step by step each fucking. I went and searched for each fucking clip in that hour and a half fucking live stream, and matched it up perfectly where it all goes.
Yes, you are. I could have told you that.
Anyways, values breakdown to Brittany said clip of Chrissy Miles' original podcast. The original stream was done on February 3rd, 2021. It was an hour and 11 minutes and 32 seconds long. Divinity's clip was posted February 9th, 2023, 2 years and 6 days after the stream. The clip was 4 minutes and 32 seconds long and consisted of one intro, 3 screenshots, 3 text overlays, 1 meme, and 10 separate clips jumping forwards and backwards throughout the clip. Was title and arrangement was critical of Brittany Venti. Basics of Aquila obviously versus Sargon of Akkad was 2 clips arranged out of order, total 2 minutes out of 10 minutes, and title critical of the original. This clip has way more than that. It is fair use. And that's my basic breakdown. Now, I also said another thing too, because it seems to be a trend with this kind of behavior. It's like, so who remembers when Cutie Cinderella did in May and what Demi did in January? And oh, how so fucking well that went for her. Totally didn't get clowned on for weeks. I'll talk about this later tonight. Shocker, it's next day, but while going through the H3 it's all gone case, which we'll do that in after this, showing how stupid Demi Disco posts this. Only thing Demi would do is turn her name into a slur like Magasanandi, Aquila Obvious, Asathorn, or Russell Greer. Also, so Demi knows her Discord post can be used against her also. Oh, Demi is that retarded. I need more locals abusing the DMCA coverage. Hi, Nerdy Texan account. What's up? But it's like, because Cutie Cinderella did something like this in May, it's like, I've been away from every aspect of the internet for the last 2 weeks, actively grieving my best friend of 15 years. Oh, starting this off great. To come back online to see parasitic bad fake clips accounts hate farming me, creating active hate thread discussions over innocent clip content. It's disgusting. I'm over it. I'm tired of successful these accounts create the flagrant intent to farm inconspicuous content into form or loathing isn't a network I want to be a part of. Is against my will. Well, you don't get saying that. Moving forward, I will be. Huh?
I was just gonna say here. Let's sum it up. She's crying, shitting, and coming. There we go.
She's saving, coping, and modding.
Yep.
Yeah, and possibly
all this shit is.
Possibly a little bit of dilating too. Moving forward, I will be DMCAing any disingenuous or malicious use of my content. This is not something I've ever done. Yeah, apparently, especially if you're saying shit like that. But it is something that
Allegedly.
I am setting my boundaries on. Call me a bitch or pathetic or whatever you want for taking legal action. No, I'll call you bitch and pathetic for breaking legal ground. I'm done with the bullshit. I'm a kind, smart, beautiful person. I will not tolerate people profiting off my content with intent, spreading False narratives. I have no moderation in comments that are generally repulsive. I'm done with the abuse. I'm generally believe you are what you create and foster. If you would like to save my team some time, please tag accounts I should blacklist in comments. And let's just go ahead. Let's call it out what it is. So Cutie is getting dogged on because of her popularity poll, circle jerk, Twitch award bullshit deal.
Also, I was going to say, because kind, smart, and beautiful people need to remind you that they are kind, smart, and beautiful. 100% legit.
Yeah. But she's talking about people basically calling out the Twitch awards and shit like that. Because, you know, in the day, it's like, it's a circle jerk. It's a circle jerk of large creators that know each other in the background, that try to prop each other up and raise each other up as something grandiose when it's not. They've let the famed motherfucker internet go to the heads, and they need knock down several pegs. Same with Denme, same with a couple other people. If you are tired of being used like this against your will, either change your fucking content or get the fuck off the internet. Either or, I don't care. But you don't say you're gonna DMCA things that are because again, disingenuous or malicious use of my content. A judge looks at that and goes, parody and transformativeness and criticality. You are literally laying groundwork for fair use when you do shit like this. And then I tag, you know, I put the screenshot the dates, the main point of the screenshot, and then tag the screenshot in my discussion, that whole deal. So, let's go ahead and get into the next part of this whole deal. What's waiting for? There was something else I wanted to, I gotta check something real quick.
Boomers boomering. Oh no, just I'll simply just say for the record, Demi is just another shitbag in the long lines of shitbags, and can't drop off the face of the earth fast enough. But I mean, you know, if this fat ass drops off the face of the earth, we'll probably hear the audible thunk on the way down.
Probably. But, alright, so, someone by the name of JoJo made a couple posts. And I'm trying to find...
Do they have an imaginary friend named Adolf?
No. Where is it? I know I tagged it up. I gotta look for my damn Twitter. Damn it! I wasn't really gonna bring this guy up, but it's just like. I feel like it's worth.
Don't worry, you can bring it up. I'll just fill the dead air with some bullshit. So that way we're not Tonka trucking it. But the other thing is, oh god damn it! All right, fuck you.
Sorry. Anyways, this guy, Manager JoJo. Now I ended up blocking this guy because I gave him multiple outs within this whole deal. And I'll go through the whole thing. But this
wait, this guy! Yeah, I know this guy!
Yeah, this is the guy that was using out of order clips to say that the whole Mizu's been arguing with this guy, and it's like, as soon as he posted this, I already know where this is gonna go. So
yeah, this guy's a rat fuck.
Yeah, apparently this guy's an editor for Deme. Anyways, he comes back. He post on my post says, nah, bro, this is literally when DMCA is not allowed but accepted. If people are uploading large portions of VODs to bring attention to someone, you said you shouldn't DMCA. You shouldn't DMCA that. If someone's posting videos of you watching porn in the thumbnail to bait views, and the VOD is just your clips, that's perfectly reasonable thing to want to take down. It's like, laugh my ass off. Okay, I'll stick with H3H3 versus Matt Haas, Killer Hughes versus Sargon Card, and just recently, Denims versus H3H3, and get my popcorn out for when she fucks up. It's like, okay. So if people were making these thumbnails of you and then posting 30 minutes of your content with no commentary, you think it's abusing the DMCA? The H3H3 case was for fair use, criticism, and commentary. Song case involved and edited clips which stretched together to create commentary and juxtaposition. Like, no, that might be a TOS file. And I'm sitting there going, it's like, I'm not going to sit here and concede the point that these clips were 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know how long the clips were. He has not shown that, I don't believe. He did post something.
Always good strengthening your case when you have to exaggerate. This is what I mean, though, about these fucking bottom feeders. These people just constantly boil back up to the top like a fucking tumor.
Yeah. But anyways, he posted something, and it was a thumbnail and stuff like that. It's like, so look, if it's 30 minutes, she has the ability to copyright strike that. 100%. But if it's over the thumbnail, you don't. And that's my whole fucking main point takeaway with the whole deal. Where was it? And I fucked up.
He fucked up. You fucked it. You fucked it, Sparks. You know, people
I know
say
what I
the
need to
internet
do.
doesn't forget. I'm just gonna say the cynical position and say, I think we need to amend that because
There we go.
I'm just going to be real. I feel like the internet does fucking forget. That's why these shitbags keep coming back.
Yeah. Anyways, so if there's that. It's like, no, that might be a TRS violation. The DMCA is only for straight theft. Courts have deemed things that might look like stuff that puts you in worse light critique. Your complaint strengthens the fair use of it. One of the major reasons Aquila lost just recently, Aquila lost, and just recently H3H3 lost to Denims. Also, Pirate Software majorly clowned his voice DMCA and had settled. And basically, his point was on this. Okay, you're just wrong on that so much, and where we get to this, either filing the DMCA is not taken to court where you get your channel terminated. This is completely wrong. Actually, filing a DMCA and not taken to the court is explicitly listed. Explicitly listed. Yeah, fill up the dead air for a second. Ray,
It is explicitly all right, no problem. So, yeah, basically for anyone, if you're actually listening to what we're saying, don't forget. Do not forget these people, otherwise they will just keep coming back again and again like bowel cancer. Like a fucking ulcer. It's why I'm so frustrated, and at least for me, I'm burnt out. Because, you know, I see these scumfucks from 2016 or such, and here we are in 2020, what are we, 2024, 2025, and these same chuckle fucks back then are here now.
Yeah, it's a never-ending fucking Yeah, it's a never-ending
Never-ending cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I have the. Let me bring up my. Let me hide my avatar, my screen real quick, because I don't want to showcase something I may not want to showcase.
All right. While you do that, I'll continue to fill dead air. It's why sometimes, chat, I just think you got to embrace the madness. Because what I have learned is, even if you are right, even if you have all the moral validation to be mad and upset and pissed off about something, sometimes you just gotta embrace the madness and laugh. That's what Medicare and all these people have taught me. You gotta just stop taking it seriously. It's a fucking clown show.
Exactly. It's a clown show.
It's a clown show, and all these people are monkeys, and you are trapped in the circus. Just like the amazing digital circus, now in theater.
Even though it's Israeli propaganda.
Brought it back. We brought it full circle.
It's full circle. It's because of genocide. It's because of the genocide in Gaza, guys.
Guys, it's literally about the genocide. Oh my god. That's all. That's what Amazing Digital Circus was all about. Sparks, maybe the Amazing Circus was the friends we made along.
The Amazing Circus was the friends we made along the way.
The genocide in Gaza was the friends we made along.
Okay, here we go. So I had to look into old video because I thought I had the screenshot still, but it's somewhere else, and I don't know exactly where it is. But this is what happens whenever you go into the actual deal. Do not submit false information. Misuse of a process such as submitting fraudulent documentation may result in the termination of your account or other legal consequences. It literally says it right in the DMCA process. And it literally says it before you click OK. Before you click OK and finally add DMCA, it says, are you sure you want to do this? Misuse of this system can end up in channel termination. They give you every fucking out possible before you go for and you fucking admit to it.
Oh, also, hello, Nerdy. Hope you're doing good, pal.
Yep. I have no clue what you got that from. Yeah, exactly, right? Anyways, the DMCA takedown does not need to go to court. It's literally... And the guy completely just misses the fucking point. And also, you can see how well the guy is getting clowned on. He's got like 3 likes on that.
When has being consistent and honest mattered modern time?
It's funny. But anyways,
It is.
DMCA takedown does not need to go to court. It does if there's a countersuit. That's the thing. Now, filing the DMCA first? No, you don't need to take it to court. If the person you're filing the DMCA against fucking counters it, then you have to take it to court. And what I'm saying is, for anyone who gets DMCA by DMA, contact a lawyer and counter it. Especially if you feel like it's within fair use. Only do it if you feel like it's within fair use.
Oh my.
It's literally the process to protect companies from being liable. And if followed through by the platforms, it's enough to end the situation. No, that's not how that works, but okay. If the platform doesn't follow through the takedown, they can be sued. No, that's not how that goes. If they also don't have a way to counterclaim, they can be sued for that as well. So, again, you're conflating stuff to make it look better. Okay, YouTube has to follow the DMCA because of safe harbor doctrine. If somebody says that this content is stealing their IP or their copyright, whatever, they immediately have to take it down. From there, it's out of their ballpark, and it's up between the two disputing deals. That's the only thing YouTube has to do in this. If a person counters it to the other person, that's enough for YouTube to go, alright, the guy says it's fair use, we'll put it back up if the other person doesn't reply. The other person has to file a lawsuit at that point. If they do not show they are filing a lawsuit, the DMCA gets rejected. That is what happened here with my friend Divinity said. A lawsuit was not filed. That channel got reinstated. YouTube specifically has an extra step that is not part of the DMCA called appeal. Read safe harbor doctrine. YouTube literally has to put into place a way for somebody to appeal it.
This is what I mean, freaking Sparky. Like, just reading this is already bringing back my old anger.
This guy sounds like
I've been
Ace of One.
working.
No, this guy sounds like Ace of One and fuck the other guy. The guy at the jaw that sucks and they can't move his fucking jaws and he sucks like this.
Fucking tipping my tongue as well.
Russell Griot.
Yeah, Russell. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy sounds
Russell.
like fucking Ace of One and Russell Griot. Here's the problem: the guy is also sounds a lot dumber than them because they can actually articulate it in a way to fucking drag on court cases. But
you know, when they're not busy horking down hot dog.
Yeah. And for anyone who wants to know, yes, we have intimate knowledge about Ace of Thorn because somebody we both know has been sued by him, and that would have been the goat himself.
Kretosis.
Kretosis.
My favorite talent.
Yeah. We know Kretosis. Kretosis got fucking DMCA abused by fucking Ace of Thorn. You sound dumber than he does.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, for everyone that wants to know, I managed Kretosis, and behind the scenes, it was hilarious just watching the process from start to finish. But I feel like this manager JoJo guy would be even dumber than Acerthorn, and there's stuff I can't say about the lawsuit with Acertard. Let's just say he's spiraling and shitting himself in court.
Oh, I'm waiting for him to go stab his dad again for losing some copyright cases.
Yeah, he needs to stab his dad again because he's so upset. But at least this guy, he lasted this fucking long, whereas JoJo over here, I feel like it'd be less than a year before whatever suit he tried to put would get kicked out.
Anyways, YouTube specifically has an extra step that is not a part of DMCA. It's part of Safe Harbor. Called an appeal, where you send in a request to the claimant that you believe the takedown was incorrect. If they drop it there, it's over. If they deny the appeal, then is when the DMCA kicks back and you have to file a counter notification. Well, at least he admits that he was wrong in this fucking first part up here. The counter notification requires a platform to put the content back up unless the claimant shows a rip. It's like, you missed the whole entire fucking point, and that's not what I said.
Well, duh, he was only listening for his thing and wanted to talk about his bullshit. And just pretend like he was listening to you.
Now, here's the part that I fucking laughed out loud and I chuckled at. I'm very aware of how all this works because my channel is all copyrighted content. I am constantly finding Amazon, Universal, Turner, Inc. And when I win every time because my stuff is fair use, if someone was uploading my VODs or different channels, that would not be fair use. Buddy. I fought against the fucking copyright company that your girl Dinmay says she's gonna use and stomp their ass to the fucking ground without a fucking lawyer.
Boy, these
And
Don
at
Quixote?
this point, because his statement here just doesn't make any sense. Like filing a DMCA, not taking it to court, and get your channel terminated. This is completely wrong. Is actually completely right. Okay, it's called abuse of the DMCA system. Okay, if the only time you need to be filing a DMCA is if you feel like your content's being abused by copyright, if you feel like that's being stolen. If you file a DMCA fraudulently because of not those reasons, that is abuse of the system. That is filing incorrect documentation. You can totally 100% get your fucking channel taken. So, again, people, I warn you, do not listen to this retard. I fear that Dinmay is listening to this fuckhead. Dinmay, I'm gonna give you one solid piece of advice. Don't fucking listen to this fuckhead, okay? Do not listen to him. But on the other hand, it would be fucking glorious and funny to watch, and I'll have endless amounts of fucking popcorn trucked to my house if you do listen to this fuckhead.
I was gonna say I agree here with Sparks. Like, listen, he might be your meat slab, he might be your nutter butter boyfriend, but don't listen to him for legal advice. This guy don't know shit.
Yeah. You know, and it's like the whole dishonesty with the whole deal is like it does not need to go to court. If it's counted, it does. And it's like, you know, it's like you're only listing one part of the process. You are stopping at the fact of, oh, person files DMCA, it's all done. No, it is a step-by-step process. Depending on the person being DMCA'd, whether they want to engage in that process. Now, if they don't want to engage in that process, they just go, nope, I'm done with this, I don't want to deal with this bullshit. Then yes, you're right. It doesn't need to go to court. But what I'm telling people is that they're getting DMCA'd for coverage or something that could be considered parody, fair use, transformative, critique, anything like that, mockery. Fucking counter it. Because I'll tell you right now, in the H3H3 versus Denims case, did your jaw hit the floor when the judge made his determinatory ruling on it? It's not done yet, but did your jaw hit the floor like mine did?
When he ruled in Denham's favor?
Yeah.
I was more confused.
Alright, so here's...
I read the explanation and I just thought, is this judge smoking crack?
Alright, so the judge... A ruling on the merits was requested. And I believe Ethan is the one that requested the ruling on the merits with everything that's brought in. Okay. And the judge made a determination based on 4 out of 5 of the factors within fair use. And technically, and like I said, potentially criminal, legal mindset, several other legal lawyers, YouTube lawyers, LawTubers, basically said the same thing, but they didn't think it was going to happen. It was a chance, but they didn't think it was going to happen, and it happened. And what it is like all of what Denims was doing is exactly the same thing that what Ethan Klein was doing in the Matt Haas case. It's like verbatim. And actually, that was this other thing too, is the judge kind of hit H3 over the head with his own fucking case he won. 4 out of 5 merits strongly sides with Denims. The only thing that hasn't been ruled on, and I think that's what he's giving, like I said, it's not done. So it's not set in stone yet. It's not done yet. So you can't really look at it and go, this is sets precedent within fair use. You can't say that because it's still ongoing. It depends on what happens next. If H3H3 decides to settle, or decides to dismiss the case, there will be no precedent set. If H3 decides to continue on, and I kind of want him to continue on, because I don't want Denims to win. I really don't want Denims to win, but looking at it, I actually, looking at the judge's interpretation, I kind of do want her to win. Because it sets fair use to a much higher, stronger standard at that point. Because Denims literally said, I'm doing this so you don't have to give this video views. And that was H3's main points. She's making a marketable substitute. But while she was in the midst of making that marketable substitute, she also hit the other 4 realms of fair use. So only thing that does is it strengthens it that much more of for Deme's case here. And this is how it impacts Deme's case. Well, these people are making fake images and stuff of me, and it's hurting my content, and they're driving stuff away from me. It's yeah, and they can do that because they're also mocking you. It strengthens that much more right there. And it also strengthens that much more for everyone else, because now you don't have to tiptoe behind of, well, I'm not trying to be a marketable substitute. That would be basically saying, or even being a marketable substitute, doing the 4 other realms, critiquing, transforming it, commentary, mocking, and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. And like I said, fair use is a balancing test between the 4 elements. If you have 2 out of the 3 elements and they're real strong, you win fair use. You can have 1 out of the 4 elements and be real strong over the other 4. You still have fair use. You can have 5 out of 5 and still be fair use. So, as much as I don't want to see Denims win, because she legitimately said, "I'm doing this to take money away from Ethan," I see the judge's
financial
point.
harm.
Yeah, I see the judge's point in it, and I kind of really agree with it.
Yeah, I put it this way. It's obviously I'm not a Denims fan. However, at the same time, fuck it, because here's the thing. This is a sword that cuts both ways. Yeah, it sucks that Denims, the scumbag, gets a win, but at the same time, haha, guess what, fucker? Yeah, it's a win for everyone else. So when people do the same thing to you, Denim, you've got no leg to stand on. So congrats. You won the battle. You lost the war. Yeah,
but like I said, it really determines on what happens next. If Ethan decides to dismiss the case or settle out of court, this won't be. It could be brought up in cases, but it won't hit as hard as what a judgment.
Not precedence.
Yeah, it's not precedent. Not like what we got with H3 and Matt and Sargon and Keel. So, after viewing this absolute fucking retard that's been being mocked constantly online for his fucking dumb, stupid takes, and like I said, he's the one that did the breakdown of, hey, no, these 2 streams right here are the same streams. Cut them out of context to make his, cut them out of proportionality to make his point. But if you look within the video, both videos have times within the video, and you can see that they're both done on different dates.
Yup.
So, again, this guy's a retard.
Please, Deme. Please follow his advice to the letter. Please.
Yeah. So, we're going to go through this little document here, and it's 14 pages. 14 pages!
14 pages!
14 meticulous written pages about copyright. Not by Dark Viper, that retard, but by a court of law.
Kill me. Kill me.
Anyways, let's read through this. Defendant Carl Benjamin, known as Saga McCall, brings a motion for attorney's fees and pursuant to the following court case of dismissal of copyright infringement and brought to plaintiff Sheila Hughes. For reasons stated forth, the court gets Benjamin's motion and concludes that he is entitled to $38,911 in attorney's fees and court costs. So remember, when you file that DMCA, if you lose, you can also have to pay the other side's attorney's fees. Just mind you on that one. Background procedural history. The court presumes the parties' familiarity with the underlying facts and procedural history of the case, which is set forth fully in the court February of 2020 opinion ordered, offers a short summary of the proposed option and order. I'm going to skip down here and go to the discussion portions of this. Objective and reasonableness. Objective and reasonableness, which should be given substantial weight when determining whether to award fees, is generally used to describe a claim that have no legal or factual support. A copyright infringement claim objectively unreasonable when the claim is clearly without merit or otherwise potentially devoid of legal or factual basis. Notably, however, a position is not reasonable, merely making it weak. In addition, for the finding that the plaintiff advanced on objective unreasonable claim can be sufficient grounds on which to award fees. You know what? I think I got the wrong one. Hang on, let me look here.
Gotta double check now.
Well, this is for awarding. This is for awarding court costs, and this I want the overline February 3rd, 2022. So February 3rd, right here. That's the one I want. 10 pages. Oh boy. Richard J. Sullivan is the judge in this.
Epic.
Yeah. Plaintiff Sheila Hughes brings this action against defendant Carl Benjamin and 10 John Doe defendants for copyright infringement. Now before the court is Benjamin's motions to channel Sheila obviously. Her work covers a broad range of topics including comedy, race, social commentary, feminism, beauty, and fashion. He should have been just, outright thrown out just for that alone. That's my bias speaking.
Slurs.
Yeah. On November 8, 2016, the night of the 2016 presidential election, Hughes filmed Hillary Clinton's campaign party at Jacobs. I don't...
No one cares.
Yeah, I want here legal standards. To survive a motion to dismissal pursuant to Rule 12b6, a complaint must provide the grounds upon which the claim rests. Specifically, a plaintiff must allege enough facts to state a claim to relief that is plausible on its face. A claim has facial plausibility when the plaintiff pleads factual content that allows the court to draw reasonable inferences that the defendant is liable for the misconduct alleged. In reviewing a ruling 12b6 motion to dismiss, a court must accept all true factual allegations in the complaint and draw from a reasonable inference in all favor of the plaintiff. However, that tenet, thus pleading that offer only libels a conclusion or a formula retraction to the elements of which cause action will not do. Discussion. The court will address accusers' claims of copyright infringement and DMCA misrepresentation in turn. A. Copyright infringement. To establish a prima facie case of copyright infringement, a plaintiff must demonstrate ownership of a valid copyright, copying of constitutional elements of the work which are original, a defendant is deemed to have copied constituent elements of the plaintiff's work where the defendant is actually copying the plaintiff's work. The copying is illegal because of substance similarities between the defendant's work and the protectable elements of the plaintiff. The defendant can defeat a prima facie showing of infringement, however, by proving that the doctrine of fair use permits his or her employment of the plaintiffs. Although fair use is an affirmative defense and thus the defendant bears the burden of proving it, fair use can nevertheless be adjudicated on a motion to dismiss. At this stage of litigation, the court's tasked to determine whether the facts necessary to establish a defense are evident on the face of the complaint, including any material property incorporated into the complaint, based on fair use and conducted by side-by-side analysis of those works attached in the complaint. In undertaking fair use analysis, the court considers the following non-exhaustive list of factors set forth in 17 U.S.C. 107. The purpose and the characteristics of the work, including whether such use of a commercial nature or is a non-profit educational purpose, nature of the work being copyrighted, the amount and substance of the portion of the relation of the copyrighted work as a whole, the effect of the use upon the potential market for the value of the copyrighted work. As the Second Circuit has explained, the four lists statutory factors in 107 guided by do not control fair use analysis and are explored to be the result read together in light of purposes of copyright. The ultimate question is whether the copyrighted law's goals are promoting the progression of science and useful arts and would be better served to allow the use of preventing it. And that's another thing here too. Courts will always side with furthering protection elements of expression and arts instead of taking away from it. So, yes, there's a mechanism here to protect copyrighted work, but they have a robust method of going through and making sure that just nothing can be taken down. Fortunately, you gotta go through court for a lot of this stuff to go through that, but it is what it is.
It be what it be.
I'm trying to find. Alright. The court will consider each of the above statutory factors. 1. Purpose, character of the use. The first factor, part of the fair use inquiry, concerns of the purpose of the character of the alleged infringing use. In the preamble, Congress identified criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research as illustrative purposes of fair use. Additionally, the commercial use of the new work may weigh against the finding of fair use, which favors non-profit educational purposes. But because nearly all of the illustrative uses listed in the preamble paragraph are generally conducted for profit in this country, courts do not give much weight to the factor that the secondary use of the commercial gain intends the critical question to apply the first fair use factor, in which the new work is transformative, like the overall fair use determination. Whether a work is transformative is an open-ended and context-sensitive inquiry. Based on how the work questions appears to be reasonably observed, at the critical injury in which the new work uses the copyrighted material itself for the purposes of income imbus and with a character indifference from
Epitome, epitome. Do you want to know how I've heard people say it?
epitome. How?
Epitome.
Epitome.
Epitome. I love those fucking idiosyncrasies. They're just.
Yeah. But anyways, imbus means legal, or legally it with a character difference. Most relevant here is the new work may transform even where it consists entirely portions of the original work, or indeed even where it is an exact replication of the original work. secondary work to be transformative in function of purpose without altering or actually adding to the original work. For Banner versus Time Warner. For example, the court found that the first statutory fair use factor weighed heavily in favor of fair use, where the defendant had copied the photo outright in order to comment on it in the advertising campaign in which the photo played an integral part. The court noted that the defendant's use of the photo was not exactly parody or satire, as those terms have been definite in case law, but the defendant's use of the photos in context as part of a book containing critical commentary nevertheless fully within the presumed use categories, comments, and criticisms. So, for instance, here's one more furthest back in Denmay's face. Your avatar look like it's being veiled or being used in a suggestive fashion on clipped comments from your streams, posting up how that might be an example. You may not like it, but courts have already kind of ruled on that's kind of in the fair use realm.
Yup.
Here is clear from the face of the Hughes complaint that Benjamin copied portions we thought she would win the transformative purposes of criticism and commentary, beginning with the title Benjamin's work SJW Levels of Awareness. Hugh herself acknowledges that SJW, or social justice warrior, is a term routinely used by Ben in demeaning context, belittling proportion and perceived liberal social policies and standings. Note, Hugh herself has stated this. Just like Denmay herself has stated, this is a belittling photo of me and does not represent me, anything like that. Yeah. Although Hughes contends that her own... Yeah. Oh, that's the reason why I said what I said. That's the reason why this manager Jojo fuckhead has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. And he's just... like I said, I go off of cursory glance for fair use on videos, special clips, with the base portion of Sargon versus Aquila. And that's 2 clips out of order with a name change to make a different thing. That's why I go off of, and that's my like bare bones interpretation of that. However, like I said, there's a lot more about the Aquila Hughes and Sargon case than just that, because there's a lot of things that the judge points to that Aquila's own words hurts her own case. Again,
Betrays her.
You're filing a infringement case not on the basis of infringement. And that's why I said Denmay is very fucking retarded in saying what she said in her fucking Discord.
Denmay's this is going to be such an easy sweep. Like the problem is, and I guess this is the real Achilles heel to this.
Yeah.
Anyone that is able to sue, Demi would lose. But is anyone have the financial ability to sue? You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's what it comes down to. Is like, you know, it's like it only works if people fight back. And I think there's enough people right now talking about this and finding out about all this stuff. If Demi did actually strike down a channel, I guarantee if somebody put up a fucking GoFundMe, well, you know for a fact Chibi's gotta fucking say something about it. And, you know, all the fucking biggest streamers, not just, you know, clowning on fucking Demi, some other people, some other big content creators.
Hey, careful. Phrasing.
What do you mean?
You said Nux is planning on fucking Demi.
No, Nux is covering Demi.
There you go.
I didn't mean that. Whatever.
Yeah, I was about to say, geez, don't do that to my Jewish bro. He doesn't want the ham beef.
There's enough people covering this, including Rev Says Destiny and stuff like that. I guarantee if some content creator got DMCA struck, and they could clearly, like, for instance, like my coverage, if they may decide to come in and DMCA struck me, only thing I have to do is showcase, hey, only thing I did is bring up some tweets of her, talked about her, and talked about a couple different cases within the whole deal. The entire live stream that I'm doing right now is fair use. I'm not even using her likeness anywhere within the video at all. It's like she DMCAs me because this makes her look like an utter retard. It's easy enough for me to be able to crowdfund something, go out to a couple of these other YouTubers. Hey, yeah, DMCA struck me. Here's what the video was about. I want to fight this, this. You want to help me? There you go. And this is, if she was still like in her little corner, not having all the little bees fucking sting her because of the bullshit she's pulled the last couple days, she probably would be getting away with a lot of this stuff. But now with all this shit's out there, now she's getting fully exposed, and it's like, I guarantee if she did this, it'd be a fucking death knell for her in content creation. Like, quartering.
Yeah, shame that quartering still limps on, sadly.
Well, and as you know, you can't be canceled unless you let people cancel you. I know I gotta commend quartering a little bit by not kowtowing, but I can still fucking clown on him for not admitting his fuck ups.
I mean, when you're down like 3 bars of Xannies a day, I doubt anything really hurts him or affects him.
Yeah. Let's continue on with this. Although Hughes contends that our own subjective awareness and the term's meaning does not establish that reasonable observer will interpret that SJW in the projective manner, the court concludes that SJW, or social justice warrior, has sufficiently entered the modern lexicon such that there can be no serious dispute as to projective meaning in this context. So, example. DMA says, I'm not a porn actress. I don't do slutty stuff online. These people are projecting that. Well, people know that. And people are doing it. Again, I can see that as a TOS violation. I don't see that as a fucking DMCA fucking violation.
Agreed.
Yeah. And they use a lexicon definition for social justice warrior as a derogatory term for a person who expresses or promotes social progressive views. And levels of awareness is plainly used as a sarcastic meaning, being combined with SJW and complain the lack of awareness concerning social or political matters. Basically, what they're stating here is the titling of the video itself. The titling of the video itself completely takes it out of the market of where Akilah Hughes was putting her video. It's basically what they established. Moreover, the critical nature of SJW levels of awareness is apparent from the broader context of Benjamin's YouTube channel was posted. So again, Denmei may have a little bit of an argument there because it's a clip channel, 2 clip channels that's clipping Denmei. So Denmei may have a little bit of an argument saying that, yeah, these channels are supposed to be representing stuff I do and they're taking me out of context. But again, that's not anything for fair use or DMCA. Unless it's just like whole rip of huge sections of a stream. I guarantee that there's some edits within that video. And like I said, I'm not going to 100% say that those videos are straight up rips without looking at them. And,
yeah, because I was going to say, one of the things that I think would be interesting to see how it gets ruled, but a lot of clippers and stuff, they go through the effort of actually writing out what the fuck the talent or VTuber is saying, and you know they're doing their own captchas essentially. Like instead of using YouTube's captchas, it's in the video. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and not only
color
that,
matching and all that shit.
Well, not
So
only
that would be transformative.
well,
you
not only
think.
that, I'll put an example up. So whenever the whole Cinder stuff was going on with Shy Lily, nobody was
Yep.
gonna go back and rewatch Shy Lily's video because Shy Lily muted portions of her fucking stream before it got clipped.
Like
now,
a rat.
Now it got clipped by 2 different channels. Now one channel clipped it in such a way it really painted Lily in a really, really good light, and you didn't, if you watch it going, well, that could be maybe a fair, reasonable take. However, there was another person that clipped the entire thing with everything in it, not edits done to it, and it's like, no, Lily is just a fucking lying rat at this point. And the one that did the editing of the clip was actually a clip channel that's, I believe, banned. That gets paid by Lily or something like that. Shy Lily clips or something like that. But the other one was just another clip channel that just, flipped out what she said and put it wholesale on screen. And without that, you can't see it. And there can also be an argument, which I haven't seen anyone pull up yet, too. But Twitch also has, videos don't stay on Twitch for a long time. They, even for a big ass fucking channel, streams from people on Twitch don't stay around. So usually they get uploaded onto YouTube, and you could argue archival basis of things the person said. You can argue that one, but that's not been tried in court yet. I know it's in principle for fair use, but again, I'm not comfortable in stating that that's a full defense because it hasn't been tried in court yet for that. So there is a gray area argument of, hey, these clips of DMCA talking years ago could be considered archival because she got rid of the stream itself, or the stream itself is not up. And regardless or not, if it's out of context or not, there could be that argument.
Archival is one of those things that I don't think has ever been challenged, tested, ever.
Commentary tried making a that's what they made an argument for, not legally, but just for the court of public opinion of people's streams that they do a stream or they do a video and they get clowned on because it's a stupid take, and then they take it down, and then they take the video and they post it up somewhere else. Just for archival purposes of, hey, yeah, you remember this retard? He's backtracking what he said here, and now he's removed this. But this is what he actually said. I get the argument, but again, that's not been tried in court, so I don't.
That'd be a Helldiver level challenge to be like, yeah, we're gonna go based off of just archival in a court of law. That's a suicide run, I think.
That would be, and I would commend any soul that does that, but they need to also understand if that did happen and they lost, they will be considered a infinite locale for the rest of their fucking days because they just screwed a big portion of fucking fair use.
Oh, they wouldn't be an infinite locale. No, Sparky. That'd be worse. They'd be a pariah. They'd be the person everyone would be blood hunting.
Yes, they would. And it's like, when you do stuff like this, you need to be 100% ready for that. I don't remember which came first. I can't remember if it was Sargon of Akkad or H3H3. I don't remember which case came first. I think it was Sargon of Akkad, because it was 2016 when it happened. I think H3H3 was a little bit after that. If I remember. No,
Yes,
it was right after.
Yeah, it was Sargoy, and then it was Ethan.
Yeah. Now, and Sargon had a lot of fucking criticism towards him because what the fuck are you doing? Because you lose this, it's gonna affect everyone.
It fucks everyone.
Yeah. He came into it confident, and I mean, I gotta give the Brit Bond credit. I mean, you can mock him for everything under the sun, including the whole stupid Applebee's stuff. You mock him, make fun of him, anything like that. But you know what? You have got to give it to him for this whole deal. He came through, and this is his most shining fucking moment in the whole fucking deal. But
Sargon of Applebee's on that one day actually did some huge monumental work, because I just boil it like this. If you're contemplating or about, taking something to court when it comes to fair use, here's the advice I give. Make sure that, you're saying to yourself, yeah, I'm confident, yes, I'm in the right, blah, blah, blah. Alright, good on you, bravo. Make sure you have a cyanide pill. Just in case. Because if the ruling doesn't go in your favor, that's a mercy.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
It's gotta be.
You're gonna be in the bunker.
Yeah, you gotta be infinitely hated for all time. Anyway,
pretty much.
As the complaint alleges, Benjamin routinely engages in criticizing viewpoints of various social and political issues on his YouTube channel, specifically targeting topics such as feminism, Black Lives Matters. Thus, Reddit SJW levels of awareness is accessed by searching for SJW related content on YouTube, or by going directly to Benjamin's channel. In some other ways, a reasonable observer who came across the video would quickly grasp its critical purposes. Furthermore, although courts have found transformative use even in cases involving exact copying, the court notes that SJW levels of awareness is not an exact copy we thought she would win. Rather, Benjamin scripted we thought she would win to depict specific moments he felt exemplified Hughes' political identity and lack of awareness. For example, Benjamin includes Hughes' predictions and hope that Secretary Clinton would win the election, while omitting footage that did not support his message, like Hughes' statements that Secretary Clinton won a popular vote with record numbers. He excluded content related to his criticisms, unlike Hughes' commentary on the societal benefits of YouTube. In this way, Benjamin inscripts we thought she would win to maximize his criticism of Hughes' liberal viewpoints. So, again, I can break this down for Denmei. Denmei says she does not present herself as a lewd tube or anything like that. However, other people who see this can inscribe that she does look like a cute lewd tuber through these comments and these fucking questions and these characterisms of her that she demonstrates all the fucking time. It's not an exact copy of her walk, but it's showcasing the causes of why they think that and say that on their fucking clips and channels. I can make an argument for it. Now, whether or not that argument works or not, again, that's for a court of law. But what I'm saying right now is, Denmei saying what she said does, when you go through and you spout this bullshit in your Discord saying, I'm going to DMCA these clips because they make me look bad. They made me look bad because they put me in these particular predicaments that I would never put myself in. Well, I think a reasonable viewer of your audience would see that and understand that. So what these people are doing something that's not indicative of what you think your character is, that you have verbally stated right here. So there's an argument for Sargon of Akkad in this whole deal, especially for her fucking tirade. She needs to be careful in saying shit like this. Now, I don't say this as advice to her, because she can go get fucked for all I care. She probably will on stream when she gets back. Who knows? But if you feel this way, don't say it publicly. Don't say it in Discord. Don't DM someone and say it. And don't say it on fucking live stream. Because that will be used against you. 100%. Finally, although the commercial nature of an alleged infringed work is not necessarily a significant factor, did they forget the comma? The complaint barely mentions the commercial.
Hang on, can we take a pause for a sec?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just simply wanted to say, if you check the VC chat, this is what Deme thinks all her audience is. If you want to throw that on the screen.
I'm good. I'm not putting Lord of the Rings on screen. That's a good way to get fucking copy struck in.
Fair enough. For those that want to know, it's retarded Frodo. It's the
Not
retarded Frodo.
Not wrong. Anyways, the complaint barely mentions the commercial and non-commercial nature of SJW levels of awareness. At most, the complaint alleges generally that defendants have unfairly derived profits from in the form of advertising revenue generated from its upload and its availability on YouTube, and from increased popularity of the YouTube channel attributed to SJW levels of awareness. The complaint, however, does not specify how the increased popularity of Benjamin's YouTube channel commercials benefits Benjamin himself, or does the complaint indicate whether the reference advertising revenue accrued to Benjamin or to YouTube in any effort insofar as there is a commercial aspect to SJW levels of awareness. It pales to significance to the consideration discussed above. Artworks are commercial. We do not place much significance on that fact due to the transformative nature of their work, because a reasonable observer would plainly infer from the title of Benjamin's video, the context in which it was posted, and its selective copying, that it was intended to criticize Hughes and comment on her perceived lack of awareness. The first fair use factor favors Benjamin. And that right there shoots Deme in the foot.
Yup.
That shoots Deme in her foot with this whole fucking garbage of bullshit she spouted. The nature of the copyrighted
breaks it off right at the knees.
Yeah. Knees, more like thighs.
Well, if one of those got broken and fell to the ground, I think we'd hear it from the other side of the globe. I have plenty more ammunition, Sparks. I hope you know. I'm just going to keep dropping them anytime I get the chance.
You go right ahead. The nature of the copyrighted work. The second fair use factor, the nature of the copyrighted work, calls for recognition that some works are closer to the core of the intended copyrighted protections than others, like works intended for creative expression for public dissemination. Applying this factor, the court considers whether the copyrighted work is expressive or creative, with a great leeway being allowed to a claim of fair use where the work is factual or informational, and 2, whether the work is published or unpublished, with a scope for fair use involving unpublished works being considerably narrow. So, and this is another thing that kind of hits DMA too, is like published and unpublished works. If it's a stream that's no longer up, it's considered an unpublished work then.
Yep. Hey, Sparks?
You gotta go?
Yeah.
That's fine. I can continue on without you.
Hey, it was good talking to you. You have a good time. Everyone else, hope you have a good time. Enjoy Sparks while you can, the wonderful Indian man. And any artists listening, look, as a Jew, I have something important to say. You have my full permission to draw Deme getting railed by SS troopers, the whole 9 yards. You're
Jesus
not a Nazi
Christ,
for it. Go right
no.
ahead. And make
Just
sure
shut the
she's
fuck
inflated
up.
maximum.
Get
Bye.
the fuck out of here. Don't listen to him. Published or unpublished works with the scope of fair use involving unpublished work being considerably narrow. The second fair use factor, however, may be of limited useful where the creative work of art is being used for transformative. Here, the second fair use factor is essentially natural to the natural and little important. I think they meant neutral and of little importance, but whatever. Now someone's gonna do it. Yes, I know someone's gonna do it. That's why I said don't listen to them. Ah, God. Here, the second fair use factor is essentially neutral of little importance, as the first Blanche considers Hughes's work is factual and informational, and it provides a first-hand account of the newsworthiness event, but it also has expressive or creative value in both its commentary and production. With respect to the second branch, we thought she would win as a published work, and thus the scope of fair use within this context is not considerably narrow than it would be if it had been unpublished. Again, this is another one of those deals I think would hit Deme really hard. Is something being published and being unpublished, and honestly, I don't know how that would go in the courts, because let's say that the content that she DMCA struck about a year or so ago, it was her talking about her ex-boyfriend on stream. That stream is no longer up. That stream is not up by her. It's not up by her channel. It's not anywhere up around. It's no longer published. It's considered unpublished. And if someone takes that and publishes it up for someone else to see, that's a whole entire factor that could be put into account and play. But again, I don't know the legality of that one, because it's not really I would think that would fall into archival purposes. And I don't know where the courts would go with that one. So I'm not confident in saying that would be okay. But what I am saying is, it's like the courts even have stated that, especially within decisions. And that's part of the decision making. Now, if Deme's clip was still up with her talking in full about it, and she DMCA'd that clip, which again, I don't know if it's out of context, I don't know if it's clipped up, I don't know if it's out of order, I don't know. But let's give the benefit of the doubt to Deme. Let's just go ahead and do that for all fairness. Say that Deme's stream was a 6-hour stream, and the person did clip out 30 minutes of that stream in entirety. There's no clips, there's no jump cuts, there's no edits. It's just from 1.5 time marker to 2-hour time marker, that portion of that stream. If Deme still had that entire stream up, either on her channel or one of her channels that could be viewed, and that person put that clip up and it's not edited in any fashion, I'd say Deme probably would have a good grounds for DMCA in that case. It's unwise because popular opinion and societal norms for clipping channels and streamers in general, she would get burned to the ground by, the core public opinion on that. Legally speaking, I think she may have a claim in doing that. Now, If it's a unpublished log, so the video is not up anymore and no one can find it, and that was posted up, you can have an argument for archival reasons. But again, like I said, I don't know fully. It's not been tested. It's not went through courts, but the courts have set that in balance to where you could fight that. Don't talk to me about it if you're gonna go fight it. Talk to a lawyer. This is not legal advice. I've got to state that. This is just commentary on my end. So I'm gonna start back from right here. With respect to the bench, is published with scope of fair use, context considerably narrow. Alright, we've read that. So we're going to third use factor 3 of the Sargon and Aquila Hughes. The amount and substantial use of portions used. Amount of substantiality of the portions used. The third statutory fair use factor turns on whether the amount and substantiality of the portions used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole, reasonable in relation to the purposes of the copying. In accessing the factors, the court considers not only the quantity and the material used, but also the quality and the importance. The crux of the inquiry is whether no more was taken than necessary, given the purpose and the character of the allegedly infringing work. Third factor inquiries must be taken into account that the extent and permissibility copying varies with the purposes and character of the use. Internal quotation marks omitted. Okay. Thus, the third factor may favor the defendant, even where the defendant copies an entire work, provided that such copying was reasonably necessary in relation to the work's transformative purposes. Concluding that the third fair use factor was neutral where an entire work was copied. Here, SJW Levels of Awareness copied 20% of We Thought She Would Win. Again, 2 minutes of a 10-minute video. And I want to dispel this right now because this sparked up a whole lot of fucking debate, because people want to use this. Oh, well, you can only use 20% of a walk. You can only use 20% of a walk. You can only use 20% of this walk. Otherwise, if you use 21%, you can be DMCA'd. No, because if you clearly read up here, they said, even if the entire walk was copied. This is just saying this video used 20% of the walk. So, again, there's retards who have argued that. I know this manager, Jojo Guide, would probably try to argue that too. I'm just cutting that one off at the knees before it got anywhere. SJW Levels of Awareness copied 20% of We Thought She Would Win, a percent which, while greater than the found unreasonable in some cases in this circuit, was still far less than the entire video. In addition, although the selected excerpts were important to Hughes' video, at least as important as other parts of the video, they were also linked to critical purposes of SJW Levels of Awareness, as noted above. Benjamin did not copy parts of Hughes' videos that undetermined or were unrelated to critical purposes of SJW Levels of Awareness. Notably, Benjamin also did not copy every part We Thought She Would Win that evinced Hughes' progressive use. Whether Benjamin's copying as much of We Thought She Would Win was deemed unreasonably unnecessary for him to convey his critical message in these circumstances, the third factor tips in favor of Benjamin of fair use. So, at this point, 3 out of 4 uses of fair use falls in favor of Ben. Now, I'm gonna be real giddy to get to DMCA misrepresentations. I'm gonna be real giddy in getting to that one. That's gonna be fun because we're gonna be picking apart Denmay's fucking statements for that one. Because that's what the court goes over in is Akila Hughes' statements that she's made. And this is why I love laughing at retards like this that think they know what they're talking about and they have no fucking clue. Oh. My headset died. I need to restart my music. I'm back, grab music! Come back! Now, 4. The effect of the potential market for the copyrighted work. Now, as we know, let me hide my screen again so I can pull this image up again, so I have it. Because I don't know why I stupidly fucking closed out of it. There we go. A lot of it, you know, Denmay bitches, whines, and complains that they're making money off of it. They're making money off my name. They're making money off my image. We'll see what the court says on this. Now, like I said, when it comes down to using this as precedent within a court, they're not going to use every single bit of this and go, boom, instant win. It's going to be argued with what's being presented and what's being thrown out. Because every case is going to be different. There's going to be different factors. There's going to be different determinations. There's going to be different reasons. It's not going to be a clear cut, you know, like for like, hey, this says this. But with this being precedent, you can circle your arguments around what's being said in these cases. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Because some people go, well, just because Sargon won this case doesn't mean every case is going to be like that. Which, they're right to a point. Not every case is going to be exactly like this. But this provides a ground basis for arguing in those deals. You have to take the points within that case and play it with what's being made up in this case. That's where it comes into the legal arguments. I see a lot of people saying that too. It's like, yeah, you don't understand the fucking process works. The fourth fair use factor concerns whether the secondary use usurps the market for the original work. A defendant usurps the original work's market when the infringing target's audience and nature of the infringing content is the same as the original. Thus, more transformative the second use, the less likelihood the secondary use substitutes for the original. And this is what Ethan Klein is hedging his case off of right now with Denims. Because like I said, Denims has wrongful stomped Ethan Klein right now with his own court standing precedent. It's still funny in my book. I still don't want to see a win, but I kind of do want to see a win. Just for the fact it strengthens fair use. But this is the only factor that the judge has not ruled on. The judge has ruled on factors 1 to 3. He has not ruled on this one, and this is the avenue left for Ethan Klein to argue on, because Denims did say, "Hey, I'm doing this so you don't have to give money to Ethan Klein in watching that video, and you can come over here and watch it epically with me." So I'm real interested to see what Ethan Klein pulls out of the hat for that one. Whether if he has yet or not, I don't know yet. I have not looked into it. It's ongoing. But this is for anyone who's wondering, that's been following the Denims and H3 case, this is the factor that the judge has not ruled on yet. It's the market value for it. Here, there is no danger that SJW levels of awareness will upset the market for progressive commentaries such as We Thought You Would Win. Benjamin's target audience, generally potentially conservative libertarians, is obviously not. Oh my god, I forgot the fucking judge did this. I forgot the judge. I remember Leonard French losing his fucking mind reading this. I think in Civil Law lost his fucking mind reading this too. Because it's the fucking play on words that the fucking judge did on this. It was like real fucking catty behavior from the judge. You could tell the judge did not fucking like Akilah Hughes. Because Akilah Hughes' channel name is Akilah obviously. And you have the judge right here saying, Benjamin's target audience is obviously not the same as Hughes' target audience. I forgot he fucking did catty wordplay like that. I forgot. That's funny. That makes me giddy inside. Again, just for DMA to know if you go to court. You file DMCA and somebody counters and you want to take them and sue the ever love the shit out of them. Remember, DMA, your conduct on how you fucking proceed in that and how you sorted that can and will be used against you, and typically judges don't like that shit. And it's out there on the fucking internet now. It's out there. You can't put that fucking genie back in the bottle. And even if you have a legitimate case in the future, this can still bite you in the fucking ass. This is where you're so fucking stupid. I love it. Oh shit, hang on, I smudged my glasses. give me a minute here. I gotta clear my fucking glasses. Oh. Moreover, although SJW levels of awareness is compromised entirely of portions of We Thought She Would Win, there is no reason to think that Hughes' audience will abandon her progressive YouTube channel to watch the diversely titled SJW deservedly titled. Oh my god. I forgot how much this judge hated fucking Akilah. To watch the deservedly titled SJW levels of awareness on a conservative YouTube channel simply because it contains parts of her work. Thus, the fourth factor of fair use factor, like the first and third factors, favors Benjamin. Because 3 of the 4 stationary factor uses favors Benjamin, including the most important factor, purposes and character use, and the least important... Oh yeah, that's right, because factor 2 didn't matter. Factor 2 didn't matter in this, that's right. Because it was plainly transformative. That's right, because the second factor it did not matter at all. Got it. Because 3 of the 4 statutory factor fair use factors, Benjamin, including the most important factor, purpose and characters, at least in the importance factors, nature of the copyrighted work, is neutral. The court concludes that the fair use defense clearly applies based on the face of Hughes' complaint, and a review of the videos themselves, according to Hughes, has failed to state a claim of copyright infringement for purposes of Rule 12b-6. Now, here is where we got kick Manager JoJo here around the planet a little bit, and also where we got to kick a little bit about Dime around the planet here. we're gonna look at, we'll see what the judges takes on the DMCA, and we're gonna see what they say. The DMCA allows online service providers to avoid copyright liability if they comply with the procedure set forth in 17 U.S.C. 512, which is the safe harbor provision, by expeditiously disabling access to the allegedly infringing material upon receipt of the so-called takedown notice. And again, I'm going to point back to here. Finally, DMCA is not taken to court. It's completely wrong here. DMCA inherently is a legal process. DMCA is inherently a legal process in 17 U.S.C. 512. The statute is DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright. It's inherently legal based, not terms of service, legal based. Specifically, a service provider may unveil its safe harbor provisions in sections 512 by expeditiously disabling access to allegedly infringing material upon receipt of so-called takedown notice. A copyright owner who submits a takedown notice must include a statement under penalty of perjury that she has a good faith belief that use of the material in the manner complied is not authorized by the copyright owner. ID 512C 3A V and 5 and 6. In response, the creator of the allegedly infringing work may file a counter notice in which the allegedly infringer must attest under penalty of perjury that the subscriber has a good faith belief that the material was removed or disabled as a result of a mistake or misidentification of the material to be removed or disabled. Upon receipt of the counter notification, the service provider can again avoid liability by restoring access to the allegedly infringing material in 10 to 14 business days. So, what did JoJo here says? DMCA takedown does not need to go to court. It literally is the process protected companies being liable and followed through on platforms. It's enough to be ended. If the platform doesn't follow it, takedown, it could be... oh no, right here. YouTube specifically has an extra step that is not a part of the DMCA court of appeal. YouTube specifically has an extra step. Is not a part of the DMCA court of appeal. This is why I blocked this retard. Because he has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Because right here, in 512 C3A 5 and 6. In response, the creator of the allegedly infringing work may file a counter notification in which the allegedly infringer must attest under penalty of perjury that the subscriber has a good faith belief that the material was removed, disabled as such as a result of mistake, misidentification of material to be removed or disabled. In 512.3c, upon receipt of the counter notification, the service provider can avoid liability because they are then liable in that safe harbor provision for disabling content that was fair use. If it was mistakenly or abused by a DMCA takedown, they're on the hook for that. They have to provide a way to counter it. It's not because YouTube has an extra step. It is a part of the DMCA. You fucking retard. This guy has no fucking clue what he's talking about. Hang on, I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna do something. Just give me a moment, folks. Give me a moment. Okay, now I can show the screen again. Basically, I did this. No, this is why I blocked this retard for talking out of his ass and highlighting that. I love it. I love it when these fucking retards come out of the Worldwalks thinking they know what the fuck they're talking about, talk out of their ass, and they absolutely get fucking bodied online. And I need to repost the stream because it's been a minute. And I want to get more people. Alright, excuse me, guys. Alright. However, any person who knowingly materially misrepresents under this section the material of actively was removed. However, any person who knowingly materially misrepresents under this section that material actively was removed or disabled by mistake or misidentified is liable for damages, including costs of attorney's fees incurring by the copyright holder as a result as a service provider applying such as misrepresentation in replacing the removed material or seizing to disable access to it. Now, that's a two-way street. Just because you file account, and this is something I need to make sure that people understand. If you get hit by a DMCA, you can't, if you're just ripping someone's content, if you file a counter and you get taken in court, you will get your ass wrongful stopped if you cannot prove any of the 4 elements of fair use. That is on you. And then it's a two-way street, okay? Both parties attest to penalty of perjury, meaning what they say and what they believe in doing this conduct will be used against them. So, if Denmei strikes somebody that's using content under fair use, criticism, and stuff like that, and portraying her as a blow-up doll because she kind of does look like one, and it's mocking and criticizing her and stuff like that. She DMCA's that. It says, "I believe underneath penalty of perjury that this is infringing on my copyright," and then it goes to that person. They counter it and they counter it, and it gets taken back up, then Denmei has to go to court to file in court, because then there's a legal argument, there's a dispute at that point. And Denmei takes that to court and gets wrongful stopped because it's being critical and, you know, calling it this and that. Yeah, not nice. Could be TOS violations, not fucking copyrights. Denmei could be on the hook for attorney's costs and stuff like that. Now, on the opposite of that, let's just say somebody did rip 100% of a fucking stream, like for like. You know, this is best like possible for Denmei. Okay, somebody ripped 100% of her fucking stream. Thumbnail, everything, just trying to impersonate her, trying to say that this is what they're doing is her. And she files the DMCA on that one, and they counter it. That goes on to them if it goes to court. Because if it goes to court and sees that, no, this person did 100% rip everything, impersonating her, trying to be her and stuff like that. If it goes to court and does that, then that person who countered the DMCA, the person who put the content up, taking it to begin with, will be liable for attorney's costs, court fees, and, you know, damages and stuff like that. It's a two-way street. However, it's always best to go on caution, especially if you're trying to DMCA content, because there's a lot of leniency for fair use. And there's a lot of leniency on that factor. So, again, I just see it going 100% horribly for Denmei. Just not good. So, let's look at the judge's decision on what he says about Hughes in this one. Here, Hughes alleges that Benjamin knowingly and material misrepresented his content notification and SJW levels of awareness was fair use, entirely transformative and intended for parody. These allegations fall short. Benjamin's implied statement that his video constituted fair use, the counter notification itself does not actually use the term fair use, was accurate for the reason stated in the opinion ordered. As a court in this district has explained, it's self-evident that a statement cannot be a misinterpretation for purposes of 17 USC. If it is a factually accurate, and the same is of course true for the statements that are legally accurate. Similarly, Benjamin did not misrepresent his video, Benjamin's video not misrepresented that his video was transformative. What if it was entirely transformative as stated in his counter notification, or merely transformative is immaterial as of legal matter? Explaining in the defamation context, the plaintiff's exaggerations was mere hyperbole in a matter of opinion and not false. Last, the complaint falls to plausibly plead a misrepresentation in the form of Benjamin's statement of SJW levels of awareness intended for parody. Even if SJW levels of awareness was not strictly speaking parody, as the term has been defined in the case law, the difference between parody and non-periodic copying for the purposes of mocking, criticism, and subtle and ultimately immaterial here. So they also say parody and mockery, stuff like that. Again, mocking someone is fair use. Hey, you look like a fucking blow up doll whore. Here's why: because your model looks like this, and they put your model in risque poses. We consider transformative fair use. Fight in court if you want. I think you gotta lose. Moreover, it is implausible to suggest that Benjamin knowingly adopted one of these two characterizations over the other in an effort to mask his intentions, because the complaint therefore does not plausibly align that Benjamin made misrepresentations in counter notification, let alone knowing in material and misrepresenting uses DMCA claims false. Conclusion: For the foregoing reason, it is hereby ordered that Benjamin's motion is granted, and although Hughes has not requested leave or amended the complaint to court notice, to leave amend would be futile. The court analysis above and the principle based on its review of the two walks at issues in the context in which they are posted, whether there are any allegations that may be refined in amended pleadings. Thus, the dismissal is with prejudice, and clerk of court to respectfully direct the termination of motions pending this document number 30 and close this case. So the judge just ultimately locked her out and said, no, I'm not even going to let you refile this. This is being ended with prejudice. You're not going to be able to bring this ever again in any court. So that is the Sargon Record and Killer Hughes case. And that is the court's decision within the whole determination of the whole deal. Now I know that there was another deal that they did. And it was in this. Now, they went through factors for why Akila Hughes needed to pay damages and court costs. We're going to go through this. Objective reasonableness should be given substantial weight when determining whether to award fees. Notably, however, a portion not deemed reasonable by this. In addition, through the finding that the plaintiff's advance and objectively reasonable claims can be sufficient grounds to which to award the prevailing defendant, the Supreme Court has made such findings automatically trigger awards. As a result, in any case, may award fees given though the losing party reasonably arguments in good faith. Here, Hughes' claims were objectively unreasonable, a fact that was clear from the face of the complaint in the video of the heart of the dispute. Tellingly, the complaint describes Benjamin's video as an effort to mock and discredit Hughes. Two strong indicators that the work consisted of fair use as criticism. As the court noted in its opinion, it is clear from the face of Hughes' complaints Benjamin copied portions we thought she would have been for the purposes of for criticism and commentary. The court highlighted, beginning with Benjamin's walk SJW levels of awareness, Hughes herself acknowledged that SJW warrior is a term routinely used by Ben in a demeaning context, belittling proponents of perceived liable social policy and standards. It was therefore unmistakable that the edited video was designed to highlight and critique Hughes' alleged lack of self-awareness, not pass off her walk as Benjamin's. Furthermore, the fact Benjamin's video naturally targeted completely different audiences than Hughes' videos, and thus did not pose a threat of copyright marketed value demonstrated by Benjamin's video constituted fair use. Objective reasonableness, Hughes' claims weigh strongly in favor of Benjamin's video. Remember that. This is after the fact, too, guys. This is awarding damages to Benjamin and the findings of why Benjamin deserves to get paid all this money for damages, including for Akila to pay all of Benjamin's attorney's fees. Benjamin argues and Hughes has brought this suit against in silencing political opposition, critics, and generally publicly herself. Motivations like 4 to 5 factors not dispositive. So, again, remember they may have said something about politics? Well, these aren't my politics. It's criticizing you. And it does not favor you. It's a dispositive for you. But the presence of the improper motivation in bringing a lawsuit or other bad faith conduct weighs heavily in favor of a reward of cost fees. Here the court has little difficulty concluding that Akila's dual goals in bringing her baseless suits were in fact financial harm of Benjamin and raising her own profile in the process. Improper bad faith motivations generally difficult to discern, as the legitimate often have very objective and may obscure the basis of one's behind a veil legitimate sounding claims. In this case, however, Hughes openly discussed her improper motivations on both Twitter and her website. Indeed, Hughes admitted to potentially hundreds of thousands of her followers she intended to bankrupt Benjamin. His attempts to crowdfund his legal costs and copyright laws to silence her political opponents and critics. Other posts, including her publicly broadcasting about legal disputes on her social media accounts, even complaining as a Christmas present for Benjamin. Even describing her complaint as a Christmas present for Benjamin. Hey, I've got a Christmas present for Benjamin. Surprise! I'm suing him. And her public belittlement and celebrating style feuding with Benjamin strongly suggests Hughes' intended sensation for the litigation to elevate her own public profile and achieving a secondary financial gain. Together then, Hughes' public comments reveal an intent to abuse the legal system in order to further a personal agenda that had little to do with the Copyright Act. Of course, evidence of respectful conduct and effort to effectively and inexpensively resolve the disputes can sometimes neutralize evidence and improper bad faith attempts. Finding no improper motivation or bad faith where plaintiff engaged in settlement, style negotiations, or agreeing to streamline litigation by the limiting scope of both discovery and summary judgment briefing. But while it is true that Hughes did make a settlement offer, this case offer wholly constitutes a reasonable effort to effectively resolve the dispute. Hughes' loan offer that settled the baseless case for $46,000 came on October 10, 2018. By then, the court had already laid bare witness to Hughes' claims during the parties' pre-motion conferences early in March. It seems to me you concede in the complaint that the video is mocking, and anybody who goes to Benjamin's site will understand it's mocking. So whether it's this case decided in the motions dismissed on summary judgment, this is likely to be fair use. As a result, the court finds that Hughes is litigated with improper motive and that she never endeavored to effectively or fairly resolve the litigation. Do you see what I'm saying? That DMCA fucked up here and her fucking statements? Let's go back and read some of these statements. let's just read this. And again, she's stating this publicly to her Discord of fans. Also, no, I'm going to be completely honest. If you're a fan, I'm going to assume you're in the Discord and you're not too bad. I will be DMCAing content on all platforms of me that farms engagement using porn, not safe for work, baiting thumbnails, terms of service relating pains, gambling, political ideas that aren't mine, TLDR. If you're using things that aren't in the video or just baiting debate shit with my image. So if you're farming YouTube bullshit thumbnails with me and some sexual shit, you're DMCA soon. So I suggest you take it down before I will. Your channel will be terminated from all the DMCA shit I be sending. I do not give a fuck. Go fuck yourself. You're doing shit that I wouldn't personally be comfortable with. She's admitting she's going to DMCA stuff that is mocking and that is belittling her. That stuff she does not like, stuff that she does not support. Using her likeness in a way that her audience, that she says herself, would not be comfortable with or anything like that. Though, you can look at that as a really mean thing to do and stuff like that. In the court of law, it does not fucking matter. Because none of the things that was listed here applies within the fucking DMCA fucking standards. So, I could continue on with this. Actually, at this point, I don't even think I need to continue on reading the HVH3 versus by Haas. I'll go through here and I'll read the ending of it. I don't even need to read the end of this. Because they basically just go through, Akila Hughes demonstrated bad faith in bringing to the DMCA. You know, using your likeness is not a DMCA-able thing. And that's what a lot of these fucking artists online, especially these fucking retailers, don't fucking understand. You can do stuff like this. You're gonna get a lot of hate for it and a lot of blowback. But if you did happen to fucking bring this to fucking court of law, you're gonna get your fucking dick slammed in the door. And saying shit like what Denmei has stated right here is gonna be used against you. Especially if the party of fucking DMCA wins, that party can bring this out up and go, hey look, yeah, this is what the person was thinking of. It can be used against you. I'm not talking out of my ass when I say this. When I say she has no idea how DMCA works, I mean that 110 fucking percent fold. She has no idea what DMCA is and how it fucking works. And neither does this retard. Alright, so we'll read two things here in the Klein deal. We'll read the DMCA misrepresentation, and we'll read the claim of defamation. That actually helped taint, Matt's case too. Claim 2, DMCA misrepresentation. The court has held that Klein's video constitutes fair use, and further that Klein's video does not infringe his plaintiff's copyrights. Accordingly, it's clear to the court case that Claim 2, which alleges that defendants made misrepresentations in the DMCA counter notification, must be dismissed. It's self-evident that the statements cannot be misrepresentation for the purposes if it's actually accurate. But even if this court held the Klein video is not fair use, the court would still dismiss Claim 2 because the defendant clearly has subjective good faith belief that the video did not infringe plaintiff's copyrighted works. It is undisputed that the defendant understands the concept of fair use and has established practice for ensuring the videos or make fair use of video copyrighted material. It's also undisputed that the defendant filed a counter notification on August 26, 2016, alleging that Klein's video constituted fair use. This undisputed evidence clearly establishes the subjective good faith believer required under 17 U.S.C. 512. Plaintiffs have failed to proffer any evidence that suggests defendants lacked a subjective good faith belief and therefore has failed to create a triable issue. Accordingly, claim 2 must additionally be dismissed for that reason. And that's another thing too. When you go to court, you have to make a good faith belief. When you say, I'm going to get your channel removed with all the DMCA strikes I'm going to put on you, is not a good faith belief. Flat out. Alright, we'll read this part of defamation. Based on the court review of the lawsuit video, it is clear the claim 3 in which the plaintiff alleges that defendants defamed the plaintiff must be dismissed. Thus, as plaintiff has acknowledged, the lawsuit video is replete with non-admissible opinions. Absolutely protects New York law. Absolutely protects statements of pure opinion, such as that can never be defamation. Internal quotation marks omitted. So, if I'm talking about Denme, and let me give an example of this for defamation. I'm going to give 2 examples of this. Okay? I'm going to be giving 2 examples of this. First one is going to be a defamation standard. Yeah, I don't want people taking me out of context on this one. I don't want people clipping this, but there's Sparky said this, and this is what I meant. No, I'm using this as an example. This is not what I mean. So, if I go and say, Deme, I know for a fact that Deme goes out and snorts crack off of the ash cracks of fucking hobos and hippies on the street, sucks them off for money. That's a defamationable statement. That is stating a fact to something that's not true. That could be considered defamation in a court of law. Now, since I said at the beginning that I don't believe that's the fact, I'm using that as an example. That's an opinion. That is me stating something as a example. So, there's that. A statement of opinion would be, hey, the way she's moving on stream, it looks like she's getting railed, especially with the sus sounds that's coming out of her mouth. You know, it legitimately looks like she's getting railed on stream. That's a statement of opinion. That's not slander, not defamation, not anything like that. That is a objective opinion that someone is making by observing something that's happening online. Saying, oh, well, these people are sexualizing my model and putting it up there, and I don't like that. She might have a case for defamation, but I don't know what the images look like. If it's something that's just mocking her and it's not really saying fact, but it's an opinion-based deal, possibly not. But I don't know, and I'm not gonna make determinations on that because I don't know exactly what was posted. I don't know exactly what was used, so I have no way of saying it either it is or isn't. But I know you can't fucking use DMCA for it. And do not use they defamed me in a DMCA case, because they look at, oh, they defamed you as in them mocking and criticizing you. the courts 100% look at it like that. So don't use that, and don't say that when you're saying shit like, you know, what she did in her fucking Discord back on the 1st of this year. Don't fucking do that. Please. Don't. That's just stupid. For example, even Klein's statements, I think that the heart and soul of this is he doesn't like that we made fun of him, so he is suing us, is a quintessential statement of pure opinion. Nothing about Ethan Klein's statement suggests that his opinion is based on non-public facts about the plaintiff. Therefore, the statement is clearly not initiable as a mixed opinion. So, Denmei, retweeting herself and putting lewd art of herself out there and compromising poses, scantily dressed fucking models, fucking ticks out bouncing shit like that, suggestive images, and when she fucking puts that stuff out there, she retweets that stuff out there, and she likes stuff like that, people can have a reasonable opinion and inference that she's a fucking lewd streamer and she likes to fucking prostitute herself online for that stuff. And when I say prostitute herself, I don't mean in the instance of going out and actually fucking people. I'm talking about in the essence of she's using her fucking body to lure people in to make money off them because she's bouncing her fucking tits on. People can make that reasonable inference, and it's a reasonable opinion at that fucking point because you're literally doing that. Now, if she was a cute and wholesome streamer that didn't do that and shied away anything from lewd and revealing, she didn't do stuff like that, she would probably have a maybe might have something on. But again, suing on the basis of defamation, it's just, no, for DMCA, it's like, no, that's literally entirely there to mock you. And you can't even really use the argument of, oh, well, they used my image in AI, so I'm suing them. Because here's the thing, and this is a double-edged court for both people. The court has deemed that images made with AI are not copyrightable. That statement falls both ways. Meaning also the person that the image is based off of, they can't claim the copyright of it either. It's in limbo. There is no copyright there, so there's no nothing there. So that's another thing people need to understand too. It's like, because a lot of people look at that as a win for AI, a win against AI. Oh my god, they can't copyright images that's made by AI. That also falls both ways too, that because that also means that the person who's claiming that can't claim the image either, because it's made by a computer. That's the other factor there that people don't fucking look at. So I've seen she's made a comment and statement about, oh, well, they're selling my likeness with AI. Well, good luck trying to claim it because you can't. I don't know why my stomach's been upset. I've been chugging fucking Mylanta and Pepto like last fucking week. I don't know what's up. I just haven't been feeling too hard. I don't know why. The only other allegedly defamatory statement explicitly identified by plaintiff is Ethan Klein's assertion that several months passed, nothing happened prior to the plaintiff's first settlement offer under fear of litigation. But because that statement is substantially true, as a matter of new law, is non-actionable, as previously noted, a statement substantially true in the statement would not have a different effect on the mind of the reader from which the pleaded truth of having produced. Here, plaintiff argues that Ethan Klein's failure to motion that plaintiff sent a warning email on August 2nd, 2016 makes Ethan Klein's statement that nothing happened false and defamatory. Plaintiff further argues that Ethan Klein's omissions is defamatory because the plaintiff, as trigger-happy litigant who immediately iterates his lawyers when he is criticized. Plaintiff is mistaken for at least two reasons. First, viewing the lawsuit video as a whole, the clear import of Ethan Klein's statement that nothing happened is that defendants were surprised and disappointed by plaintiff's decision to file a lawsuit months after Klein's video was first posted to YouTube. And an action for defamation, the entire publication as well as the circumstances of its issue must be considered in terms of its effect to the ordinary reader. Plaintiff's objection in the word "nothing" is hyperliteral and based off strained and unsupported interpretations of the lawsuit video. Given the lawsuit video is all about plaintiff's decision to file the present action, Ethan Klein's statement that nothing happened can easily refer to the fact that no action was filed and the intervening months that the parties had no communication. Second mention of the warning email would have produced a different effect on the mind of the reader, from which defendant actually said, if the plaintiff had alleged that the ordinary viewer received plaintiff as trigger-happy litigant after watching the lawsuit video, it is explicitly unlikely that knowledge of the April 2nd, 2026 email in which plaintiff explicitly threatened costly legal action if defendants did not comply with his demands within 24 hours would change that perception. In other words, the pleading truth would do absolutely nothing to undercut the allegedly defamatory implication of Ethan Klein's statement. Though the court disagrees that Mr. Klein's statement carried the implication because the statements identified by plaintiff are non-actionable opinions of sensitive true matter, claim period is hereby dismissed. Basically, he said, trigger happy litigant, it's defamation. You filed the lawsuit, literally. For the following reasons, defendant's motion and summary judgment is granted in the entirety, and plaintiff's motion for partial summary judgment is denied. The clerk of courts directs to terminate the proceeding action ordered. Yeah, I believe this was dismissed with prejudice too. So, recap. DMA does not know how the DMCA works. Recap. Manager Jojo has no fucking idea how the fucking DMCA works. YouTube specifically has an extra step that is not a part of DMCA called an appeal. In response to the creator that allegedly infringing works may file a counter notification in which the alleged infringer must attest under penalty of perjury that the subscriber has a good faith belief that the material was removed or disabled as a result of a mistake or misidentifying the material to be removed or disabled. 512.3c says, upon receipt of the counter notification, the service provider can again avoid liability by restoring access to allegedly infringing material in 10 to 14 business days as identified in 512G2C, which is a part of DMCA. You absolute fucking retard. Okay. That's about all I got. I know there's gotta be DMA fans coping, seeming, modding, dilating, and all that other good shit. I know they're not gonna be able to handle the truth. I know they're gonna hate being told that the princess has done all the wrongs. Sad for them. They're gonna have to cope somehow. I understand. But you don't cope by acting like a fucking idiot online. And you don't cope by doubling, tripling down. And you don't cope by talking out of your fucking ass. So, I'm gonna go ahead and call this a stream. Thank you everyone who jumped out here to watch this, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of the comments. But yeah, this was entertaining to watch. And like I said, I was entirely delighted seeing how much the fucking judge hated Akila again. Again, it's been years since that fucking decision came down, and I honestly forgot the fucking ribbing that he gave Akila because she acted like a fucking dumbass. Now, remember when I said this, because I will reiterate this again. The H3H3 and Sargon cases show how stupid the Demade's Discord post is. Only thing Demade would do is turn her name into a slur, like Matt Hazani, Akila obviously, Ace of Thorn, or Russell Greer. Also, so Demade knows her Discord post can be used against her also. I hope Demade is retarded. And I hope Demade is that retarded. I need more locales abusing the DMCA for coverage. And 100%, if she does this, I'm going to be covering it. I'm going to be watching it. Because I have a strong hunch I know which way it's going to go. And I will do my damnedest to place bets on it also. Because it's going to be a glorious watch. So, with that, I will be not streaming to. I know Rogue and Jim and Dragon might stream tonight. I won't be. I'm gonna go fishing after I buy my kids some birthday presents for his birthday on Sunday. But I'm going to go fish, enjoy my birthday for my own time tonight. And then I'm going to celebrate it for most of the day tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow stream sniping Medica and his coverages on stuff. That would be interesting to watch. I hear some people told Jim that it's my birthday. I hope to God that's not right, because I will literally possibly Minecraft myself on stream if that did happen. He said something about my birthday. Just joking, that's a joke. But I will probably lose my mind if that did happen. So no, don't do that. Don't do that, please don't. I like to have a low profile. I don't. That's too high of a profile. I don't want it. But with that, see you guys tomorrow.